All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Judge Law, and we are going to begin with our first appearance calendar for this Friday on December 26, 2025. These are misdemeanor cases in which individuals, oops, before I proceed, let's get courtroom 2 and or ACDC online. Okay, Mr. Jordan, what's our reset date? Is it January 6th?
It's January the 8th, Judge.
January 8th. Okay, thank you. 2026. And let's see now, I have, if you are a alleged victim, a family member, a friend, or someone in support or against a defendant, please make sure that your video is muted and that the video is off. That you turn off your sound and turn off your video. And when you see the defendant whom you would like to discuss, then you can chime in. Okay? We're just waiting on courtroom 2 as well as Fulton County ACDC to get onto. There we are. Okay. Thank you. All right. Good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Judge Law. We'll be addressing the cases in which individuals were recently arrested and booked at the Fulton County Jail, charged with one or more misdemeanor offenses. This would be their first appearance. Soon after being booked in, your cases have been formally accused by the prosecutor, who is the Solicitor General of Fulton County. When I address each of your cases, I will let you know what is your new accusation number, what are the charges brought against you, to appoint counsel for you where required, and to set a bond. For some of you who are still at the facility within the next 2 weeks, then your next court date will be January 8th, 2026 at 9 a.m. That will also be a virtual proceeding. So those who plan to attend would need a Zoom link from the clerk's office. If you have been charged with one or more misdemeanor offenses, you have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say in open court, your statements can and will be used against you. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to represent you. Courtroom 2, who do we have first?
We got position 2, Mr. Blake.
All right. This is Burnell Blake's accused of battery, family violence, and cruelty in the third degree from an incident date of December 25th of this year. His accusation is 25 CR 8369H. Mr. Burnell, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Ms. Bianca Thomas. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
6. Resident of Louisiana, 09 probation, 08 battery DV NOLO.
Okay,
That's it.
thank you. Ms. Evans-Battle?
Yes, Your Honor, we have a consent agreement in this particular case for an amount of $5,500 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. That is a $3,000 on the battery and cruelty to children, $2,500 signature through pretrial service level 1. No further contact with Nevada McGee and Gracie Matthews.
Yeah, GM, basically.
Yes.
The initials because of her age. Okay.
Yes. And stay away from the 3592 Hamlin Square Southwest in South Fulton. If he's a resident there, I think he said, then we would allow a one-time police escort to the residence for personal items. If they have children, it would be a third-party transfer for visitation of any minor children they share. Complete 3 anger management classes, no further violations of the law, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond.
Ms. Thomas, have you discussed this with your client, and does he agree to the terms?
I have discussed, Your Honor, and he does agree to the terms.
Okay.
So where does he live? Because the book can say Gretna, Louisiana.
Well, I'll find out soon. Before I do that, is there a Nevada McGee on Zoom who would like to be addressed? Okay. Next question is, since he's not allowed to live at the Hamlin location in South Fulton, Ms. Thomas, does your client have an alternative address or will he be returning to Louisiana?
Your Honor, we would ask for a one-time escort so he can get personal belongings. He did state that he has another residence. I do
Which
not
is-
believe that he's still a resident of Louisiana, though.
Which is where?
Which is where his second
Where is
residence will
his,
be.
yeah, I'm questioning whether he's going to be in Louisiana or is he continuing to live in Georgia?
Mr. Blake, will you still be able to reside in Georgia or will you be returning home? Well, to
Yeah.
your home state.
Yes, I have a place in Riverdale.
And that's
Address?
Riverdale, Georgia.
Address?
Let me see.
Who lives there?
My mother.
So apparently his mother's home. Okay. I will accept the terms of this consent bond order. It will be a total of a 5,500 signature bond through pretrial services. And it will be a level 1 reporting, which means he reports to pretrial once a month. He is to have no further contact with Nevada McGee and her child or children, including the minor with the initials GM. He is to stay away from 3592 Hamlin, Square in South Fulton, or the Miss McGee's residence. And he's to stay 200 yards away from wherever Miss McGee or her child or children happen to be located. He's allowed a one-time visit with a police officer to the location to retrieve his personal belongings. That visit cannot exceed 1 hour. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no firearms. And Mr. Blake's, you'll be required to complete 4 anger awareness classes while you report to pretrial. If you violate these conditions, if you fail to report to pretrial or to court, or if you get arrested again, this signature bond will be converted to either a cash bond or a surety bond. Within 30 days of being released, you are to come down to the clerk's office and update the court with your mailing address at your mother's home in writing. Thank you.
That was 5,500, Judge.
Yes, signature bond through pretrial.
I got position 3 and 4, Mr. Brown.
Okay.
Judge, before we move on to Mr. Brown, in this consent order, has a third party contact with the children?
No, no third party. He doesn't, as far as I can tell from the warrant, he doesn't share any children with her.
Okay.
I believe we did receive something from the victim.
Oh, are there any other children besides GM?
They share one child.
Okay. If Mr. Jordan, if Mr. Burnell Blakes intends to have any joint visitation or custody with any children he shares with Miss McGee, he will need to file a legitimation case and get a court-ordered parenting plan. And we have to add that to the consent order. All right, moving on to Mr. Derek Brown. Mr. Brown has 2 cases with us this afternoon. We're going to begin with position 3, in which he's charged with willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer from December 19th of this year, and violations with regards to a pedestrian on a sidewalk, case 25 CR 8348G. His second case stems from a traffic incident of November 24th, 2024. Charges are fleeing or attempting to elude a police officer while driving, improper erratic lane change, having expired or no license plate, and obscured or missing license plate. Case number 25 CR 8370G. Mr. Brown, you've been advised of your rights and your attorney is Ms. Thomas. Any priors?
Got 8 total. You got 2 bench warrants, wanted out of Douglas County. You got an open case, possession of a firearm by convicted felon, possession of marijuana, possession of a controlled substance. It's 23 SC 189805. I got 24 SC 000451, hijacking motor vehicle, possession of a, what is that? Firearm by a convicted felon, criminal damage to property, reckless conduct. That's it.
Ms. Evans-Bell?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe well, our bond recommendation for the fleeing and attempting to elude is $2,000 surety bond for the lane change. For the remaining three, the lane change, expired tag, and missing plate, would ask bond be set in the amount of $1,000 surety for each of those.
All right.
I'm just looking at my math. And as to the second case, we would ask that bond be set as a surety in amount of $1,000 for the law enforcement officer, $500 for the pedestrian on a roadway. We'd ask that conditions of bond include that he cannot drive without proper license. It appears his license expired in August. Insurance registration requirements as well. And no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond.
Ms. Thomas?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Just a bit about Mr. Well, first, can I ask, what was that total amount from the state?
It was 2,500, I believe, on position 3, and I didn't add up the amount on position 4.
Okay. Because I was looking at the case, I think the pedestrian in the roadway and willful obstruction, is that a previous case that he had a signature bonds on?
The one from 2025? I didn't see that.
Now, I know that there was on the willful obstruction and pedestrian, the court, magistrate court said a $3,000 surety, I believe it was, for both of those, for each of those cases. But because of his other charges pending, we, as the state, was looking for $1,000 surety for the lawful obstruction and then $500 for the pedestrian. So that would be $1,500 surety in that case. And then in the first case,
You mean 2,500 on the first case? No, I'm more interested in Miss Thomas. Miss Thomas, are you telling me that the incident from December 19th is a previous case?
When I looked in the Odyssey, Your Honor, it already had a case number and it already had the magistrate bond set. So I wanted to clarify
me
whether or
see.
not that was a signature bond that was being surrendered
Let
since
me
it
see.
already had a bond on it.
The pedestrian roadway only case number is 25 CR 8348G, which is the one that we are addressing right now.
Right.
Now,
That's
if
what I'm
it had
saying.
a MAGC number, that's just the original case based on the electronic warrant.
Right, that's what I'm saying. The driving improper erratic lane had the magistrate case number, and that
Yeah.
case already had a CR number on it. So I wanted to just be clear that that wasn't a case that was surrendered previously. But if that's not the case, and that case was already just accused early
Yeah.
on, then that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted
FYI, he's got a Douglas County hold as well.
Right, yeah, and I informed him of that. He has 2 failure to appear holds, no bonds on it. So I discussed all of that with him, Your Honor. Mr. Brown is 36 years of age, lifelong Georgia resident. He expressed that he's a father of 3, a 14-year-old, 6, and 5-year-old. He's also a high school graduate. Mr. Brown did express that he's currently unemployed. He's been unemployed for the past 3-4 years. Doing self-work from time to time, but no real financial support or assistance. Mr. Brown would be accepting of their bond amount. The current bond amount sat at $8,600. He did ask for a reduction in that, Your Honor. So we would be asking for the bond to be reduced from its current state.
Okay, thank you. On the willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer, position 3, that's going to be a $1,500 surety bond. On the violations of a pedestrian on a sidewalk, that's going to be a $100 surety bond. So that's a $1,600 surety bond on position number 3. Position number 4, count 1, fleeing or attempting to elude an officer while driving is a $1,500 surety bond. Count 2, improper erratic lane change is $500. No license plate or decal is $500, and obscured or missing license plate is $400. And so that's 2,500, that's 2,900 surety bond. And his total bond should be 3,500. It is a surety bond for both cases, and no driving until further order of the court. So I don't care whether he gets his license reinstated, whether he has valid registration, or whether he has adequate insurance. He definitely cannot drive until he files a motion with this court to request permission to drive again. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. And when is the SAP date, if there is
Oh,
one?
sorry, it is. It's January 8th. Thank you. His
Thank you.
next court date is January 8th.
Your Honor, I'm so sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to let the court know that I have been trying to get in touch with ACDC for over an hour now. I haven't spoken with any of my clients there. So
Okay.
if ACDC is on the line.
All right, no one so far, but
Got
what's-
position 5, Mr. Cheese.
thank you. Deborah, is there a way you can get in touch with ACDC as well to find out what's the update, any updates from them?
Yes, we'll reach out, Judge.
Thank you, sir. Quintavious Cheese is accused of battery family violence from December 14th of this year. His accusation number is 25 CR 8350J. Mr. Cheese, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be, is it Ms. Bronstein or Ms. Thomas?
This is my case, Your Honor.
All right, so it's Ms. Thomas. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
16 on probation for battery DV.
Mhm.
It's 24 CR 006-280J.
Is that the April 2025 plea?
Yes.
Okay.
He got an open felony too for drugs and obstruction. I got FTAs from 2025, 2020, 2019. 2019 ag assault, 7 counts, first offender, and 2018 simple battery DV trespass conviction. That's it.
Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. In this particular case, the victim in this particular case is Courtney Henley. And it appeared he grabbed her and left lacerations in her face. He has threatened her several times, including threatened that when she goes out of town, he's going to damage the property because he would have access to her home. We're asking bond be set in the amount of $5,000 in this particular case as a surety bond. In light of his repeated history of violence against women, I don't believe she was the victim in the other cases in which I looked at. I know that there were some other identified people and parties, including the parent of other children as well in his case. We ask that he stay away from 1354 Gus Thornhill Drive in East Point, and no further contact whatsoever with Courtney Henley. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. That's our recommendation, Judge.
Courtney Henley, if you're on Zoom and like to be heard, please unmute and start your video.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi.
All right, are you Courtney Henley?
Yes.
All right, Miss Henley, you're in court. You're not supposed to be wearing any headgear, but I understand that's for your hair treatment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, what would you like to tell us?
Well, after the incident, he ended up getting a phone call to me and apologizing and everything. We kind of talked and know that we not gonna be in no relationship. It ain't never gonna happen. I'm in and out of town right now. He don't have access to my house. He don't have access to nothing of mine. So
And you like to keep it that way?
yeah, I mean, as long as he don't have my key to my house. He don't have, like, he used to have access to the cameras. He don't have nothing over here that he needs. We already talked about it. Like I said,
Do
we just
you share
understood he
any
wasn't gonna
children
be
with him?
No,
Okay. And do you know a Kiana Davis?
no, I don't know her.
Okay, thank you. All right, ma'am, please mute your screen and switch your video off. Ms. Thomas?
Thank you, Your Honor. I spoke to Mr. Cheese, no objection to the stay away and no further contact. He did express that they have no ties, and no reason to keep in contact, Your Honor. Mr. Cheese is 26 years of age, Georgia resident, family ties here in the state, children, two, 6-year-old and a newborn on the way. Mr. Cheese expressed he completed the 12th grade. Currently, he does not have a 9 to 5, but he does do DoorDash from time to time. He did express he's not in a financial situation to afford a high bond amount. He expressed that he would be able to possibly make a bond of at least a couple $100. So we would be asking for a reasonable bond amount to be set, Your Honor.
Okay. I don't know if he has a probation hold from his other open probation case, so that's a different subject. But presently, his bond is going to be set at 2,500. It is a surety bond. No further contact with Courtney Henley. He's to stay away from her residence, completely stay away. And he's not allowed a one-time visit to that location. I don't know if the prosecutor intends to upgrade this charge to a felony because he's already been previously convicted of a battery family violence. So by law, this new charge should be a felony charge. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons. And he's to comply with all the terms of his open probation case under 24 CR 006 280J, including enrolling in a domestic violence intervention program within 30 days of being released. So, Mr. Cheese, I am sure that you have an FBIT program that you are supposed to be attending classes. And if you haven't started, you're now under a court order to begin within 30 days in order to comply with your probation. But if you're under a probation hold, then we will see you in court on January 8th. Thank you.
All right. Position 7, Mr. DeVero.
Ricky Lee DeVero is accused of criminal trespass and willful obstruction of an officer, as well as fare evasion from December 23rd of this year. Case 25 CR 8352J. Mr. DeVero, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Ms. Thomas. Folks, again, sorry, Mr. Howard, go ahead.
Then y'all NOD this charge?
I'll find out. Ms. Battle?
No, did he have?
Oh, I
No.
guess it was the other two. Judge, I don't have the history. I thought it was NOD, but I guess it was the disorderly conduct and the marijuana.
Yes.
All right,
Okay.
y'all can get a history.
Well, I just have, he has 17 cycles with, including prior, obstructions, escape, violation of probations. Our bond recommendation, in this particular case was $1,000, for each charge. I believe that's already been set, and that would be, we just ask that it remain the same as a surety. That he comply with all MARTA suspensions arising out of this. It was my understanding at the time. He refused to leave. He didn't have any prior MARTA suspensions and hadn't had notice previously, other than when they kept asking him to leave, he refused. No alcoholic drugs or weapons while out on bond.
Okay. Just FYI, the charges that were dismissed by the state is disorderly conduct and misdemeanor possession of marijuana. Ms. Thomas?
Thank you, Your Honor. Disorderly conduct. Thank you, Your Honor. We will be asking for a signature bond on Mr. DeVero's behalf. He's 43 years of age, lifelong Georgia resident, a father of 5 children, does have family still residing in the state. Currently, Mr. DeVero is unemployed, but he was previously doing lawn company work, from what he's expressed to me. Your Honor, Mr. DeVero doesn't have the funds to afford the $3,000 surety bond. We would be asking if he's not eligible for a signature bond for the lowest bond possible.
All right. On the criminal trespass, that's going to be $20. The willful obstruction is going to be $10, and the fare evasion is going to be $5. That's a $35 cash bond. Stay away from all MARTA property in accordance with any active suspension. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons. Thank you. Next court date is January 8th.
Thank you.
Position 8, Mr. Edwards.
That's kidnapping. Get ready for the lawsuit.
Blake Martin Edwards is accused of battery family violence from September 9th of this year, accusation 25 CR 8354F. Mr. Edwards, you've been advised of your rights and your attorney is going to be Ms. Thomas. Any priors?
Or 2019 possession of drug related object conviction. 2011 failure to appear. That's it.
Ms. Evans-Bell?
Yes, Your Honor. We have a consent agreement for
Terms?
$3,500 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. We are asking that there be no violent contact with Blake Edwards II or other family members, that he complete the FVIP program, that he comply with any safety plan that's been put in place by the Department of Family and Children Services, no further violations of the law, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond.
Ms.
And-
Thomas, does your client agree to these terms?
He does, but he did inform me, Your Honor, that the defects case has been closed.
Okay. Mr. Edwards, based upon the agreement between your attorney and the state, your bond is going to be set at $3,500. This is going to be a signature bond through pretrial services, and you report to pretrial once a month. While you are released on this bond, you are to have no violent contact with Blake Edwards the second, and you are to have no violent contact with any other family members who live in your household. Within 30 days of being released, you will enroll in a domestic violence intervention program, and you will attend and complete all 24 classes at your expense without missing or skipping any classes. If there is an ongoing defects case, you are to be in compliance with all the rules and requirements of that case. I don't have any verification that the case is closed. So if that case is still open, you're required to comply with it. Your next court date will be sent to your current mailing address. Thank you.
Your Honor,
Yeah.
where do I get you that information for the case being closed? Because I can get it to
You
you.
would need to obtain that from the Department of Family and Children's Services, and you would need to provide a copy to the prosecutor and to your attorney.
All right, thank you.
Position 10, Mr. Gaskins.
Mr. Mason Malachi Gaskin is accused of criminal trespass and simple assault family violence. Mr. Gaskin, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is going to be Ms. Thomas, and your accusation number is 25 CR 83618. Mr. Howard?
6. On probation for suspended license out of Sandy Springs. 2021 DUI conviction. That's it.
Ms. Evans-Bell?
Yes, Your Honor. In this particular case, it appears that Mr. Gaskin locked Miss Jamison out of the home and pulled her through a window and pushed her to the ground. And at some point, it appears from the allegation that he also strangled her. She indicated to the officer that she did not lose consciousness, but it is a case in which we are looking to make a determination as to whether or not we will ask for it to be sent to the felony to the DA's office. At this particular time, we're asking that a surety bond be put in place, $3,000 as for each count, that he have no contact with the victim. I have Shaquandrell, spelled SHAQUANDREL, Jameson, and that he stay away from the location, 595 North Ridge Road, apartment there in Sandy Springs. No alcohol, drugs, or weapon while out on bond. Thank you, Judge.
All right. Ms. Shaquandrell Jameson, or I think it's Jameson, yeah. If you're on Zoom and want to be addressed, this is a time to unmute and start your video. Okay, Ms. Thomas?
Thank you, Your Honor. I was able to speak with Mr. Gaskin. He is vehemently denying these allegations. We're unopposed to no contact and staying away from the alleged victim. However, Mr. Gaskin did express that that is his residence, that the complaining witness does not reside there. He states that his name is on the lease. He pays all of the bills there at that location. He expressed that he and the complaining witness had an on and off relationship for a couple years. I did express that there is a possibility that he may not be able to return to that location. I did inquire as to whether or not he had another residence. He stated that he does not have another location he'll be able to go. Given that information, I would be asking for a one-time escort with law enforcement to verify whether or not the complaining witness is still at the location and for him to retrieve any personal belongings if she is. But we would be asking that he be permitted to go back to his home. Mr. Gaskin is 41 years of age. He's a lifelong Georgia resident. He has one son, who is 12 years of age. Mr. Gaskin completed some college and he's currently employed at the Piedmont Hospital. He's been working there for the past 10 months. Given that Mr. Gaskin doesn't have any violent history from what I heard from pretrial, we would be asking for a signature bond or a reasonable bond amount to be set if he's ineligible for a signature bond, Your Honor.
On each count is going to be a $1,500 signature bond through pretrial services level 2. He's to have no violent contact with Shakondrel Jennison, and he's not allowed to have Ms. Jemison removed from the property unless he files a proper dispossessory case in the appropriate court and gets a court order for an eviction, which only the marshal can execute. He cannot execute an eviction. If he returns to the property where Ms. Jemison apparently lives, he's to have no violent contact with her. In other words, no physical altercations and no violent altercations. Mr. Jordan, can you remove Mr. Samsung from the Zoom, please, until he wears appropriate clothing? Thank you. As I was saying, no violent contact with Ms. Jameson. While Mr. Gaskin reports to pretrial twice a month, he's also not to consume any illegal drugs, including marijuana, and he's not allowed to consume any alcoholic beverages. He will be subject to random screens by pretrial. If he gets arrested again, if he fails a drug screen or an alcohol screen, or if he doesn't report to court, or if he attempts self-help eviction, his signature bond will be revoked and converted to a cash bond. His next court date will be sent to his current address. One more thing for pretrial, he will need to complete 4 anger awareness classes. Thank you.
Deposition 11, Mr. Gill.
Okay. If there is a Nevada McGee on Zoom, you're free to go. We've already addressed that case. All right, Tavares Allen McGill Jr. is accused of simple battery, family violence, case number 25 CR 8355B. Mr. Gill, you've been advised of your rights and your attorney is going to be Ms. Thomas. Any priors?
Second arrest, 2022, simple battery. It was DWAP.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Evans-Bell?
Yes, Your Honor. We have a consent agreement, I believe, in this particular case as well. $2,500 signature bond through pretrial services at level 1, asking that he have no further contact with Tamika Jarrell, that he stay away from 369 McDaniel Street Southwest. I think I spelled that incorrect on the agreement. Complete 3 anger awareness classes, no further violations of the law, no alcohol, drugs while out on bond.
Tamika Jarrell, if you're on Zoom, this is the time to unmute if you want to say something and also start your video. I have a Kashara Jarrell. I don't know if that's the same person. Yes, no? Okay. Ms. Thomas, does your client accept these terms?
Yes, Your Honor, I spoke with Mr.
Hello,
Gill. He
I'm
doesn't
sorry.
ex-
This is Kishara Jarrell. My mom wants to talk. I'm trying to help her get on the camera.
All right, we'll wait for her. But Ms. Thomas, what were you saying? Does
I
does
was-
he accept the terms?
He does, Your Honor, and he did express that he'll have another residence to go to.
Okay. All right.
Hello,
Yes, ma'am. What's your name, please?
Tamika Gerald.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes,
And how do you know Tavares Gill?
that's my son.
Okay. And who is Tamika Jarrell to Mr. Gill?
Mother.
Okay. Oh, you are Tamika. Okay, got it.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I thought that was somebody else.
That was
Kashara?
my daughter.
I see. Okay.
Yes.
And what would you like to ask us?
I mean, you already doing the anger management, so that's just about it. I did do the eviction process, but I know it takes a while. But of
Well,
course, he has
right now he's not allowed to have any contact with you, and he cannot
okay,
return to 369 McDaniel Street. He will be allowed a one-time visit with a police officer to retrieve any of his personal belongings. So
okay,
if you want to box them up for him and leave them aside, that visit doesn't have to be more than 5 minutes for him to pick it up and leave.
okay.
All right?
All
Will you
right.
be boxing up his stuff?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Gill, this will be a consent bond order. Your total bond will be 2,500. It's going to be a signature bond through pretrial, and you report to pretrial services once a month. While this case is open and active, you're to have no contact with Tamika Jarrell, and you're to stay away from 369 McDaniel Street in Atlanta, Georgia. While you report to pretrial, you're not to consume any illegal drugs, you're not to consume any alcoholic beverages, and not own or possess any weapons, including firearms. You will attend and complete 3 anger awareness classes with pretrial services. You're allowed a one-time visit to the McDaniel Street location with a police officer. That visit cannot exceed 10 minutes, during which time you will pick up your boxes of belongings. And within 30 days, you must update the court with your new residential address in writing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Signature line.
It's about my warrant.
Yeah. Position 12, Mr. Green.
Okay. Jalen Green has got 3 misdemeanor charges from December 24th of this year: battery, family violence, and 2 counts of criminal trespass causing damage to property. Case 25 CR 8356J. Mr. Green, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Ms. Thomas. Any priors?
No.
First arrest, all right. Okay, Ms. Evans Barrow.
Yes, Your Honor. We would ask in this particular case for a $3,500 signature bond through pretrial services, level 1. That would be $2,500 on the battery. I think, and $1,000 on the on both of the criminal trespass. I think it should have been $1,500 on the battery and $1,000 each on each criminal trespass for a $3,500 signature bond. We would ask that he complete 3 anger management classes at this particular time, that he have no contact with the victims in this case, which is Elaine Green, which is his grandmother, and his father is Jamal Green. I don't believe we've had contact with them at this particular time. Well, no. Well, they want no further violent contact. I would ask at this time that he remain away from the location unless they're on to say otherwise at this particular time. And that location I have is 305 Saddle Bridge Drive. no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. And I believe that someone indicated that they wanted to, they felt like he needed an MHET to be completed.
Mr. Is it Jamal Green or Elaine Green? If you're on Zoom, this would be very helpful if you show up right now. Extremely helpful. No such luck. Ms. Thomas?
Thank you. Your Honor, we will be asking for no further violent contact. My client, Mr. Green, he has had communications with both his grandmother and his father while he's been in custody, who were, as he expressed, willing to help him with bond in the event he was not eligible for a signature bond. They are also permitting him to return back to the location in which he resides. Mr. Green expressed that he's been a Georgia resident for the past 5-6 months. He previously resided in California, in which he was a student, and came to Georgia to start school. Right now, he's currently unemployed. His grandmother and his father are the only relatives that he has in the state, and he's staying with them, Your Honor. Given that he doesn't have any history, Your Honor, we would also be asking for a signature bond and no further violent contact.
Judge, I made to correct myself. Our office did have contact with the grandmother and with Mr. Green. They both indicated that he could come back to the home, that he's in a program in North Fulton Health Center, and he has a psychiatric appointment in January.
Okay. On the battery family violence, the bond's going to be set at $3,000. On the criminal trespass, each count is going to be $1,500. This is going to be a $6,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 2. He is to report to pretrial services twice a month. There shall be no violent contact with Elaine Green, no violent contact with Jamal Green, and no violent contact with any family members that live in the same home at 305 Saddle Bridge Drive in Johns Creek. You may return to the location, but you must report to pretrial services twice a month. You are also to report to your mental health treatment regularly and be compliant with all treatment and all medication. Within 30 days of being released, you will enroll and complete a domestic violence intervention program. This is a series of 24 classes, and you will need to attend and complete each class without missing or skipping them, and pay for those classes out of your own pocket. You're not to consume any illegal drugs. You're not to consume any alcoholic beverages, and you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons and firearms. If you violate any of these conditions, if you get arrested again, or if you don't report to court when summoned, this $6,000 signature bond will be revoked and converted to either a cash bond or a surety bond. Currently, the bond set by the magistrate judge is $15,300. I've just reduced it by more than half. Don't give me or any other judge a reason to put you back in jail and with a bond that is very prohibitive. Do you understand? If there's any violence, or if you are angry, you need to leave the home and stay away from your family. Simple as that. Thank you.
You want an MH pretrial officer?
I think that would be best.
All right.
We got position 13, Mr. Haley.
Let me get to Mr. Haley's Cameron Haley. See, I think I opened it. Cameron Cannell Haley has four misdemeanor charges stemming from a traffic incident on December 24th of this year. Charges are speeding, reckless driving, fleeing or attempting to elude an officer, and willful obstruction of an officer. Case number 25 CR 8358A. Mr. Haley, you've been advised of your rights and your attorney is Ms. Thomas. Any priors?
10. I got an open case out of Muskogee County. Unauthorized possession of prohibited items. Crossing state guard lines. That was December 2023. On probation in Fulton for burglary, possession of tools. 22 SC 181-310. I got a Cobb County fleeing and officer obstruction. Got put on probation for that in 2023. That's a 5-year sentence. 2024 probation violation and 2015 suspended license conviction. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Evans-Bell?
Yes, Judge, in this case, our bond recommendation is for the speeding case, $3,000 surety on the speeding case, $2,000 surety on the reckless driving, $3,000 surety on the fleeing and attempting and loot, and $2,000 on the willful obstruction of law enforcement officer. Of course, we would ask that he not be able to drive, at least without proper licensing and insurance for whatever vehicle he's in, that he have no further violent contact with law enforcement officers, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond.
Was this a correct time at 9:10 a.m.?
Yes,
All right, just want to be sure if it was the morning or whether it was an evening situation. Okay. Ms. Thomas?
Thank you, Your Honor. I was able to speak to Mr. Haley. He did express that he does have a valid driver's license, given the nature of the charges. I asked Mr. Bailey what bond amount he would be able to make. He did express that he had been working for 5 years at St. Augustine's condos as a maintenance supervisor. However, he said he could only make a bond of less than $500. Mr. Haley expressed concerns stating that his shoulder is currently broken and was broken during the incident. States that his primary concern is trying to get out and get to the doctors or emergency care to seek and speak with a specialist, I guess, for surgery. Right now, the jail has him on naproxen medications, but I don't believe that may be sufficient for him. Mr. Haley is 29 years of age. He's been a Georgia resident for the past 8 to 9 years. His family resides in the state. Mr. Haley is also the father of 3 children with a 4th on the way, ages 13, 7, and 5. He completed his GED as well, Your Honor.
Okay.
And that's all I have for Mr. Haley.
Okay. I read the warrant. I didn't see any indication that he sustained an injury or complained of an injury at the time of the incident.
Mr. Haley said that at the time he was taken to Wellstar. I guess there was some back and forth as to whether or not they were going to take him to Wellstar or Grady. Ultimately, I think that he said they took him to Grady and then they brought him back to the jail, in which he's been seeing, I guess, the staff there, and he's been on naproxen. Looks like his arm is currently, I don't know if that's a sling or some makeshift sling, but.
Well, on the speeding, on the alleged speed of 103 at 9 o'clock in the morning on Christmas Eve, this situation doesn't bode well. On the speeding, that's going to be a $1,500 surety bond. On the reckless driving, that's a $2,500 surety bond. Fleeing and attempting to elude an officer is $1,000 surety, and willful obstruction is $1,000 surety. That's going to be a $6,000 surety bond. No driving until further order of the court. So even if he has a valid driver's license, adequate insurance, and proper registration, he's not allowed to operate any motor vehicle until he files the appropriate motion and requests the court to lift the no driving restriction. Next court date is going to be January 8th. Thank you.
Thank you.
Position 18, Mr. Jefferson.
I'm sorry, did you say Henderson or Jefferson?
I heard Jefferson, Joshua
Okay.
Jefferson. Are you Joshua Jefferson?
Miss Jefferson.
Thank you. Mr. Jefferson's accused of battery, family violence, and theft by taking, as well as battery of a particular nature. From December 25th of this year, case number 25 CR 8364J. Mr. Jefferson, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Miss Emily Bronstein. Any priors?
4. GCIC, I saw on probation for robbery and ag assault. 2017 hijacking a motor vehicle conviction, and a 2018 armed carjacking arrest. That's it.
2017 hijacking motor vehicle and 2018 armed hijacking. Okay. Miss Evans Battle?
Yes, Judge. And this particular case, we are asking for that bond be set in the amount of a surety bond. We would ask for $1,500 on the battery, $1,500 on the theft, $3,000 on the battery.
Okay, got it.
And so that would be $6,000 surety in this particular case, based on the nature of the charges as well as his history. It appears that he may get out on bond, be in a position to reoffend, and our concern would also be in the intimidation of the witness in the case. I was trying to see if
Do you have a record of him trying to communicate with a witness?
No, but I'm flying blind from Odyssey right now, so
Okay, that's all
I'm
right.
just looking at the trying to catch up with the victim note, advocate notes, and see if there's anything in there.
All right. Is there a Sparkle Perry on Zoom? I see someone on an iPhone 3. Are you Sparkle Perry? All right. The individual who appeared on iPhone 3, if you're not involved in this case, please switch your video off. Okay, thank you. Ms. Bronstein?
Hello, Your Honor. I spoke with Mr. Jefferson. He is 30 years old, from Atlanta. His whole family, mom, dad, grandparents, brother, 5 children live here. No children with the complaining witness in this case. He does not live with her and has not lived with her. So we don't need to worry about contact or anything like that. He does work. He and his brother own a junk removal service in the area. He also does have some health issues. He has congestive heart failure, and he has regular doctor's appointments for that. He's very young for that. I asked him about it. He said it runs in his family. I asked him about this case. He does deny the allegations. However, he said that when law enforcement called from his mother's place, he didn't run. He went right away, wanted to turn himself in. No one ever, he didn't really get to say what happened from his perspective. However, he still complied, did everything they wanted him to do. And also he did tell me that she had not called the police previously on him. He had called the police previously on her and was actively trying to get a TPO for her to leave him alone. And again, his version of events is very, very different. He says that she has been stalking him and things like that. So we are asking for a 1,500 total surety bond, 500 each charge.
Has he filed a petition for a TPO against Sparkle Perry?
He said that he spoke with Fairburn Police about it and they said no. Did you, Mr. Jefferson, did you try to actually file anything with the court, or did you just talk to the police about it?
I talked to the police and they said it was not enough, like, to go file it.
The police are not your attorney. They don't file it. And just out of curiosity. This incident occurred when Mr. Jefferson apparently went to Miss Perry's place.
He says that she called him over, went through his phone, tried to force the phone from him, and hit him with a broom, a green broom. He tried to get the broom from her and left.
Okay. Sparkle Perry, are you on Zoom? Okay, thank you. The battery family violence, that's going to be a 2,500 surety bond. On the second count, the battery of a particular nature, that's going to be a 15,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 3. And count 4, theft by taking, that's going to be a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial services level 3. The total bond, 2, 3, 4, 4, is going to be a $19,000 split bond. So instead of, which means that on the battery family violence, 2,500, that's where you post the bond through a bonding company or a surety company. Then for the battery count 2, as well as the theft by taking, that's going to be a 17,500 signature bond through pretrial services level 3. Once you post the first portion, then you will report to pretrial services once a week. You are to have no contact at all with Sparkle Perry, which means that you're not to answer any phone calls from her, you're not to communicate with her in any way, form, or manner, and you definitely have to stay 200 yards away from her, from her family, her children, even if you share any children with her, or if any children that she will have in the future, you have to stay away from them until further order of the court. Is it a 20,000 split? Okay. 15. Yeah, you're correct. It's a 20,000 split. Thank you, Mr. Jordan. Within 30 days of being released, you will enroll in a domestic violence intervention program and attend and complete all 24 classes at your expense without missing or skipping any of these classes. You will also be subject to random screens because you're not allowed to consume any illegal drugs, no alcoholic beverages, and you are not to own or possess any firearms. Keep in mind, Mr. Jefferson, that if you attempt to communicate with Miss Sparkle Perry in any way, or if you're seen anywhere near 158 Fairhaven Trace in Fairburn, Georgia, the 17,500 portion of your bond will be revoked and converted to a cash bond only. Thank you. Your next court date will be January 8th.
Judge, can you give me that breakdown again?
Sure. Battery family violence count 1 is 2,500 surety. Battery count 2 is a 15,000 signature bond through pretrial level 3. Count 3 theft by taking is a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial level 3. Total of a $20,000 split bond. Next court date, January 8th.
That's per judge.
Yes. Next case, please.
Position 20, Mr. Morris.
Derek Eugene Morris is accused of criminal trespass. Mr. Morris, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is Ms. Bronstein. Your case number is 25 CR 8362G. Any price?
34. A resident of Philly. Got history out of Pennsylvania, Florida, DC, Virginia, and New Jersey. 2025 failure to appear. 2025 ID theft fraud. I'm sorry, just identity theft conviction. 2024 disorderly conduct conviction. 24 failure to appear.
Oh, that's good. Thank you. Miss Evans Battle or Mr. Rhodes, who's the prosecutor in this matter?
Sorry, Judge, what's the name on this one, Judge? I'm sorry.
Derek Morris, position 20. Accusation
Yes, that-
ending in 8362G, criminal trespass at Marta.
Okay, good. Thank you, Judge. As it relates to that particular case, there is a signature bond on that. $1,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. I asked that he has a social work visit and that this time he stay away from all MARTA.
I can't give him a signature bond through pretrial because he's got multiple FTAs in the last 5 years.
All right, in that case, Judge, we'll ask for a $10 good bond.
Okay. Ms. Bronstein,
I'm
any
sorry,
objection?
cash bond, Judge.
Okay. Ms. Bronstein, any objection to a $10 cash bond?
Mr. Morris, can you do a $10 cash bond?
I don't have any family here in Georgia. My
I know. Is there any way we could do any type of signature bond? Just to let the court know a little bit, I do have a mailing address for him. I put that in the chat. And basically what happened is he was at the MARTA station on Christmas Eve. He didn't realize he couldn't be there because he got a MARTA card when he left the jail. So he used it. Now he knows he can't be at MARTA. We talked about that. Um, he's trying to get back on his feet. He won't be able to afford monetary bond.
This is a $5 cash bond. Next court date is January 8th. Stay away from all MARTA. Mr. Morris is a multi-state offender with multiple failures to appear. Under Georgia law, he doesn't qualify for a signature bond. That's the lowest I can go given his criminal history record. Thank
I
you.
understand.
Position 23, Mr. Ryman.
Adam Ryman is accused of simple assault family violence on December 25th of this year, case 25 CR 8377J. Sir, you've been advised of your rights and your attorney is going to be Ms. Bronstein. Any priors?
4. Last was 06 out of Illinois, damage to property.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. I think there's some remote history out of Illinois that's dating back to the early 2000s. Placed a foot on the door and made a threat. I'm asking for a $1,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 1 supervision and that he has no further violent contact with Susan Lappas, that's spelled Lappas, and that is a consent bond. Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Ryman, I'm sorry, Ms. Bronstein, does your client accept these terms?
I got this offer after I spoke to him. However, that is exactly what we were talking about.
So the answer is yes. Okay.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Okay. Bond is set at $1,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 1, which means he reports to pretrial once a month. He's allowed to have contact with Susan Lappas, but it cannot be physical or verbal altercations involved. If there are any altercations that involve the police, or if he gets arrested again, or if he doesn't report to court or to pretrial, then his signature bond will be revoked. Next, yeah, go ahead.
I'm so sorry. Just one thing, I just want to make sure that he can leave the state. He has cancer and he actually has to fly to the Mayo Clinic in Minnesota on Monday. He's planning to come back on Tuesday. I just want to make sure that's not an issue.
He just needs to let pretrial know where he is and make sure that he reports. I think level 1 is normally telephonic reporting.
Thank you.
What was that total?
1,000 signature bond for pretrial level 1 by consent. Ms. Lappas, do you have any objection to him having contact with you?
I have a question.
Yep.
Is he returning home?
Would you like him to come home? This is the time to be honest, because if you don't want him to come home and live somewhere else, I can order that. But if you're not telling me right now, because right now the prosecutor and the defense have a different impression of what's going on.
I'm concerned about him returning home.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
I would like him to get mental health help.
Okay.
I think he is a good person. He knows right from wrong, but he sometimes, I'll say, snaps.
All right.
I would like that he not be able to consume alcohol. or own or use any firearms.
Sounds reasonable. Thank
And
you.
Your Honor, he is totally fine living elsewhere.
Okay. Mr. Jordan, let's amend this, please. It's going to be $1,000 signature bond through pretrial services. He will still be required to report to pretrial once a month.
Can
He
I
is.
ask a question?
Let
I'm
me
sorry.
just finish, and then Miss Lapis, are you comfortable with him at least just calling you or communicating with you in person?
He can communicate with me, yes.
Okay.
I
Go
go ahead, I'm sorry.
So Mr. Ryman is to have no violent contact with Miss Susan Lapis, which means that he can communicate with her as long as there's no physical and or verbal altercations involved. Otherwise, he's back in jail. He's to stay away from the location, and the location I have is 5005 Riverside Park Drive in Rossville, Georgia. Is there a unit number or a apartment number?
No, it's a private home.
Okay. He's allowed to go back to that location one time only with a police officer, and that visit cannot exceed 1 hour. During that visit, he's to retrieve his personal belongings. Within 30 days of being released, he will update the court with his new residential address. Next court date will be sent to his new address. Thank you, Ms. Lapis. You're free to
May
go.
I ask a question?
Okay.
Of Ms. Bronstein. You had indicated that he has a place to go. Is that correct?
All right. Ms. Lapis, you probably have to communicate with Ms. Bronstein separately because Ms. Bronstein is not obligated to answer that question for her client.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
Next
you.
case, please.
Position 24, Mr. Sales.
Oscar William Sales is accused of 2 counts of simple battery family violence from December 24th of this year, 25 CR 8368E. Mr. Sales, you've been advised of your rights and your attorney is Ms. Bronstein. Any priors?
27, on probation out of Clayton County, possession of cocaine. 2024 probation, 23 failed to appear. 2023 disorderly conduct conviction. 2020 failed to appear. And 2019 unlawful conduct during 911 call, no low. That's it.
Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor. This incident did stem from a December 24th, 2025. The incident location was 351 Andrew J. Harrison Place Northwest. Upon arrival, officers did speak with the Miss Shauna Miller. Miss Miller stated that the father of her child, identified as Mr. Oscar Sells, had been drinking and causing a disturbance at that residence. She reported that she asked him to leave and to go sober up, and according to her, he then returned, forced his way through the door, and began striking her. And they had a 13-year-old daughter by the name of Miss Kimberly Sells who attempted to intervene and break this up. And he grabbed her and began banging her head against the door. And that's the 13-year-old, Your Honor. Ms. Miller stated that her son, Clarence Miller, was the one that called the police. But by that time, Mr. Sells did, in fact, he fled the scene. Miss Kimberly Sells, the daughter, said that she was struck 4 to 5 times by her father and for trying to intervene. So, as such, Judge, the state is asking for a surety bond in this case in the amount of $4,000, 2,000 on each. There are 2 counts of simple battery family violence, and that this time he's to have no further contact with the victims, Miss Kimberly Sells and Miss Shana, spelled Shana, it could be Shana Miller, and to stay away from the 351 Andrew J. Hairston Place, Northwest Atlanta, Georgia. As Your Honor is aware, alcohol was heavily influenced in this case, so we are asking that he undergoes an alcohol drug evaluation and treatment while out on bond, and also 3 anger awareness courses. I do believe we've been in contact with Miss Shana Miller I believe that she does want contact. However, the state's position is given the severity of this and the fact that he is currently on probation and may very well be in violation of his probation that he's actively on, and the fact that he has a total of 27 cycles on his GCIC, that at this time there needs to be a cooling down period. Thank you, Judge.
Shauna Miller, if you're on Zoom, this is your time to chime in. You need to unmute and start your video.
I unmuted, but I can't do the video for some reason.
Okay, please hold. You'll get a prompt to start your video. Okay. Lower your device. Lower your device.
Oh, hold on. Can you
And
hear me
raise your
now?
right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
I do.
How many children do you share with Mr. Sales?
Can you hear me?
Yes. How many children do you share
3.
with Mr. Sales? 3. And what is the age
3.
range? What is the age range?
13, 12, and 11.
Okay.
13,
And
12, and 11.
are you married to Mr. Sales?
No.
Has he legitimated the 3 children?
What you mean?
Has he filed a legitimation case in a superior court to declare that he's the biological father and obtained a right to joint visitation and custody?
No, he's the kid's
Understood.
father.
Okay. What would you like to tell me?
I was trying to just dismiss the case, the charges, because on one of the charge that he is on probation this is the residence that the probation comes to. So if he wants to, he can come back here.
Okay. I guess you'll just need to let probation know that he's got a change of address. It's very simple. Anything else?
Okay. But I would like to have contact with him because of the kids.
Okay. Thank you. Ms. Bronstein?
Thank you, Your Honor. I spoke with Mr. Sales. He is 41 years old. He's from Atlanta. His siblings all live nearby too. He does work. He works through a temp service and is actually scheduled to go to work on Monday and does not want to be fired. He wants to make sure that he makes it there. I asked him if there was somewhere else he'd be able to stay, and he said yes. I did tell him that keeping his address current with the court is extremely important. His version of events is very different than the state's. However, I know this is not the time to discuss all of that. We were just asking that the court take all of this into consideration. He does not have much money to be able to afford much at this time.
Yes, I read the warrant with regards to his version, and interestingly enough, the alleged victim has not denied the allegations set forth in the warrant. The bond on each count is going to be $2,500. This is going to be a $5,000 surety bond. He's to have no further contact with Shauna Miller, no further contact with the child or children that he shares with Miss Miller, especially the minor KS, who is the 13-year-old. If he wishes to have joint custody or joint visitation with any of the children that he shares with Miss Miller, he would need to file a legitimation case in the appropriate superior court and get a court-ordered parenting plan, at which time then Miss Miller can also counter for child support and any kind of insurance for the children. No illegal drugs, no alcoholic beverages, and no weapons and no firearms. His next court date will be January 8th. Thank you.
Position 25, Mr. Sims.
25, okay. James Sims is accused of simple battery family violence from August 9th of this year. Case number 25 CR 8374E. Mr. Sims, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Ms. Bronstein. Any priors?
29. On probation for ag stalking, battery DB. It's 23 SC 187820.
187820, okay?
2023 violation of family violence order, simple battery conviction. That's it.
All right, that would have been the same thing for the ag stalking then. Okay.
No, it was separate arrest.
Oh, separate. Okay. Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor. This is August 10th, 2025 incident.
Oh, August 10th? Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. Where Mr. James Sims, who was in a relationship with the victim in this particular case, Miss Alicia Walker, they were called out because she said that her boyfriend had assaulted her. Basically, he had came home drunk and upset about some things and pretty much uh, put his finger in her face, pushed her around, and threatened that he would do something to her if she called the police. Um, it does appear that he and Alicia, that the three children were present, and I'm not sure if they share children together. What I will tell you, Your Honor, is that as it relates to the 23 SC 187820 case, 820 case that he's currently on probation for, he did receive a 10-year sentence for that family violence case, and the victim in that case was a Miss Alicia Walker, the same victim in this case. He also has a previous case involving the same victim under 19 CR 009646G. And that case was the basis for the aggravated stalking in the 23 SC case that we were talking about. Judge Whitaker in the case involving his felony probation did set forth a special condition of his probation. And what she said in that special condition is that you need to successfully complete a certified family violence intervention program. You need to undergo an alcohol and drug evaluation, follow all recommendations of the state, and have no contact whatsoever. She put in her order and she elocuted to him with the victim, who is the same victim in this case. And she specified, and that means even if she calls you or even if she shows up at your door, you're to have no contact. The incident location in the 23 SC case was 776 Eloise Court, Southeast Atlanta, Georgia. And coincidentally, that is the same incident location of this particular case. In addition to having nearly 30 cycles and an open aggravated assault involving this particular aggravated stalking and aggravated assault involving this particular victim for which he is currently serving probation. Now he's picked up another case. He's failing to abide by the conditions of his probation. As such, we are asking for a surety bond in the amount of $30,000. We're asking for a $30,000 good bond or a $3,000 cash bond that he must surrender directly to the sheriff's department, and that he finally stay away from 776 Eloise Court and to have no further contact with the victim, in this case, Miss Alicia Walker. The bond is based on current violation and his extensive criminal history. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Alicia Walker, if you're on Zoom, this is the time to unmute and start your video if you want to say anything.
Yes.
All right, please start your video.
He did not
Start your video.
Hello?
Yes, Mr. Jordan, please prompt the user to
Hello?
start. Yes.
I did, Judge.
Yes, he did not push.
All right, now raise your right hand. Other right hand.
Oh.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
What's your name?
Alisa Walker.
And Ms. Walker, were you the alleged victim involved in a 2019 battery case?
Yes.
And were you also the individual who filed a protective order against Mr. Sims?
Yes.
All right. And so what would you like to tell me now?
My question, he did not push me. He just put his hand in my face.
And what else happened?
And that's it. Was my son girlfriend were here to visit my son and her children. They were here, but they was outside when me and him were arguing inside the house.
And were you aware that Mr. Sims has a no further contact as condition of his probation with you?
Yes.
And yet he was there at your location?
Yes, ma'am.
Which is a violation of his probation?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it. I don't think he need help with his alcohol, but he did not touch me or nothing.
All right. Thank you. You may mute your screen, please. Thank you. Ms. Bronstein?
Thank you, Your Honor. For the court's consideration, I did speak with Mr. Sims. He is 61 years old. He's from Georgia. He's lived in Atlanta since 1973. He does say that he does not live with the complaining witness in this case. He lives with his sister, who has had 2 strokes and has substantial physical limitations, and he works part-time at Church's Chicken. He, due to his obligations and limited income source, does have limited means. We're asking that the court take that into consideration. I understand the state's position. However, I would ask for a good bond not to exceed $3,000.
Okay. Courtroom 2, please unmute. Mr. Sims, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say in open court, your statements can and will be used against you. But if you waive your right to remain silent, you're more than welcome to say anything you want.
Your Honor, I didn't, when I went there, my niece stayed directly across from her. I was with my niece. I went to get things. That's all I wanted. I didn't go for no violence. I didn't
Did
go
you have a court order allowing you to be within 200 yards of Miss Walker's home?
Yes, but this was over.
No.
Miss,
Do you have a court order allowing you to be within 200 yards of
No.
Miss Walker's home?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I wouldn't recommend you saying anything else.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Okay. Mr. Sims, your bond is going to be set. It's going to be a $500 cash bond only. Your next court date is going to be January 8th. Now listen very carefully. I don't happen to be Judge Whitaker, but I understand her rulings. And her ruling in your case is to stay 200 yards away. Her ruling, as well as my ruling, is for you to stay 200 yards away. That's the length of 2 football fields away from Elisa Walker and her family members. And you are to stay 200 yards away from 776 Eloise Court in that location. If you want to go visit your relatives who live nearby, they need to come visit you. You don't go there. Your next court date is going to be January 8th, 2026. And probably the prosecutor's office is going to report this to your probation officer as well. Thank you.
What was that total?
$500 cash bond. Reset date January 8th. Courtroom 2, please unmute. Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I can pay. I got $300 on me now.
So hopefully someone will come up with 200 and then we'll see you next time.
I got a paycheck too at my job. I got the money, but I don't have no way to get to it.
Mr. Sims, the state has asked me to put a $30,000 bond.
I understand. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
I just wanted to thank you for look at it. Come on.
Position 27, Mr. Weaver.
I'm sorry, give me that number again. 27?
Yeah.
Okay.
27, Judge.
Thank you. Christopher Blake Weaver is accused of driving under the influence of alcohol, less safe, reckless driving, as well as operating a vehicle too fast for conditions. Mr. Weaver, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Ms. Bronstein. Any priors?
2022 DUI conviction. 2017 DUI, a minute to reckless driving conviction. That's it.
So third in lifetime. Okay. Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor. This incident involved Mr. Weaver leaving a party, got into an argument with his girlfriend. Basically, he decided to speed off in a residential location. He accelerated in a cul-de-sac at a high rate of speed, for which he jumped a curb. He hit a mailbox of a resident, sideswiped another vehicle, and his tire was dismantled as a result of his intoxicated driving this time. Your Honor has noted that it's definitely 2 and 5. He did get a reduction on the 2017 case to a reckless driving in that one. As such, Your Honor, given that this is 2 and 5, for which he would have mandatory jail time if convicted, we are asking for a total of a 6,000 surety bond. That is 4,000 on the DUI. We are asking for 1,000 and 1,000 on the remaining charges, the other 2 charges, for a total of 6,000. And that while out on bond, he undergoes alcohol, drug evaluation, and treatment, and needs to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. And that is the state recommendation. Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Bronstein?
Thank you, Your Honor. I spoke with Mr. Weaver. He is 33 years old. He is from the Metro Atlanta area. He lives in Douglasville, and his mother and father live nearby him. As for school, he went to some college, and for work, he works at SP Richards. It's a manufacturing company. And he tells me that he is scheduled to work tomorrow. He recently had a spinal surgery, and is still suffering from some physical issues from that. He told me that he got confused with the GPS. I don't believe there are any fields or tests. It was dark, he couldn't see. We are asking that the court do a lower bond. He requested a signature bond. I understand if the court is unwilling to do that, we would ask for a bond not to exceed 2,000, 1,000 for the DUI, and 500 for the reckless and too fast for conditions. Surety bond as far as the drug and alcohol evaluation, that seems like a good idea to me. And he would, I believe that would be helpful.
Ariel Ingram, if you're on Zoom, this is the time to chime in and say something if you want to add to the case. Okay. On the driving under the influence of alcohol, less safe, that's going to be a $3,000 surety bond. On the reckless driving, that's a $2,000 surety bond. And the too fast for conditions, that's going to be a 3,000 signature bond through pretrial services, level 3. He will report to pretrial once a week. He's not to consume any illegal drugs and not to consume any alcoholic beverages, and he'll be subject to random screens by pretrial. He is not to operate any motor vehicle until further order of the court. In order to, if he gets his, if he wants to drive, he will need to file the appropriate motion and petition the court to lift this no driving restriction. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and definitely no firearms. This will be a 5, 6, 7, 8 split, $8,000 split bond. Next court date will be January 8th. And well, I guess Ms. Ingram isn't here, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Thank you. Courtroom 2, please unmute. Mr. Weaver, you've been advised with regards to your right to remain silent. If you waive that, statements can be used against you.
Yes, ma'am. Just wondering, what you said, would I be able to make bond to be at work tomorrow? You said my next court date.
You have an $8,000 split bond, so you have to make bond by posting a $5,000 surety bond. And then for the remainder, you'll have to report to pretrial once a week. No driving at all.
So does that mean 10%? Is that 10%?
I got you.
No 10%.
Your Honor, I have 6,000. I just want to
3,
make sure.
4, 5, 6, 7. So 3,000 on the DUI, 2,000 on the reckless
Okay.
driving.
Thank you,
That's
Judge.
the 5,000 surety and a 3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 3.
Gotcha. Thank you.
So, as for your question, the $5,000, that would be a surety bond. Your family could call a bonding company about that, okay?
Thank you.
But the other one is through pretrial, so you would need to report to pretrial every week, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Where is
No driving.
He got that, I hope. Okay, next case.
I got position add-on 5. This is Zachary.
Okay.
Let me get some hot stuff, man. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Jordan. And is this an add-on case? Oh, Mr. Zachary, is that correct? Sir, are you Desmond Zachary?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Your case number is 25 CR 8379B. There are 4 misdemeanor charges stemming from a December 25th, 2025 incident. They are battery, family violence, and 3 counts of cruelty in the 3rd degree. You have been advised of your right to remain silent, and your attorney is Ms. Bronstein. As a side note, separately, yes, attorney Watson Cafe, we are still in the middle of the calendar. The deputies are just calling them in their particular order. So with regards to Mr. Zachary, any priors?
13 on probation out of Douglas County. Ag assault. It was a 15-year sentence in 2016. 2013 unlawful to participate in criminal street gang conviction. That's it.
Okay. Miss Watson Cafe, excuse me, Miss Evans Battle or Mr. Rhodes? Yes, sir. This
Yes,
is
Your
our
Honor.
add-on calendar, position 5.
Yes, Your Honor, this is my case. I'm going to ask the court if you would come back to this one. I was having technology issue as I was preparing this one. If you can hold on this one, I will be ready.
All right.
We can go to add-on 3, Mr. Simmons.
Mr. Rhodes, are you ready to address any of the add-on cases?
Yes, that was just one, I
One.
believe that I wasn't ready.
Okay.
Thank you,
Ro-
Judge. I apologize for that.
No problem. Roderick Simmons, we're going to waive sounding. The case number is 25 CR 8378C. He's got a PI charge, driving while license suspended or revoked, and attempting to misrepresent a tag from a December 25th incident. Case number 24 CR 8378C. Mr. Simmons, you've been advised of your right to remain silent, and your attorney is Ms. Bronstein. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
For 2021 entering auto arrest. 2017 possession of a pistol or revolver by a person under 18, and that's NOLO. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Rhodes, what's your recommendation for Mr. Simmons?
Yes, Your Honor. And let me apologize. I had a total of 3 charges for which one I would not even feel comfortable discussing here.
No, I've already read the warrant, so if you'd just like to tell me your bond recommendation, I can move on.
All right, give me 1 second, Judge. Judge, I don't know if I properly accused this, but there is also a PI. Oh, did you already say that?
Yes, I did say that.
Oh, okay. I'm
just
sorry.
waiving sounding. I just
got you. I
referred
got
to
you.
it.
I got you. I don't know if I thought PI meant private investigator or what. Okay, thank you, Judge. I will be careful. I am asking for a total of a $3,000 good bond, $2,000 on PI, and then $500 on the other 2 charges, Judge. I just asked for a social worker visit to ascertain if there are any behavioral health issues, and then no driving, especially while the license is suspended at this time. Given the nature of the charges, I am asking for a surety bond. Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Bronstein?
I was actually going to ask for around a $2,000 surety bond, so I believe the state's request is reasonable. He's 26 years old, from Atlanta, siblings, mother, uncle, everyone lives nearby. Does have a GED. He does have a job with a temp company. As far as the case goes, without going into anything, did not realize anyone was around, and knows never to do anything like that again.
On count 1 is a $1,000 surety. On count 2 is a $1,000 surety. And on count 3 is a $500 surety. Total bond is a $2,500 surety. He is, and his next court date is going to be January 8th. He will need a social worker to evaluate for possible BH or MH issues. No driving until further order of the court. So once he gets his driver's license reinstated, he has proof of adequate insurance and proper registration with the proper license plate and decal, he can petition the court to lift his no driving restriction. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons. Thank you.
Add-on 4, Mr. Stevens.
Demond Stevens is accused of battery, family violence, and willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer from a December 4th incident, case 25 CR 8380J. Mr. Stevens, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Ms. Bronstein. Any priors?
31. Got an open forgery, possession of marijuana, possession of a firearm or knife during the commission, possession by a convicted felon. 16 SC 147438. It's crazy that's still open. Got another open case, 20 SC 176632. Possession by a convicted felon, obstruction, loitering, problem. Got another open case, 22 SC 184126. Ag assault, ag battery, possession of a knife or a firearm during the commission, possession by a convicted
Oh,
felon.
I'm so sorry for Desmond Stevens.
Which one? With the
If
PH? Number
for
4, right?
if we're not going to do the consent bond with the state, I would ask for a breakout for this one.
Okay.
Sorry, just letting everyone know.
All right.
I apologize for interrupting.
That's all right. Let's finish the GCIC first.
Okay.
Mr. Howard?
Consent, okay. Oh yeah, 2014, 2011 fade to appear.
All right. Mr. Rhodes, was there a consent bond? And I'm very interested in hearing with 3 open felony cases.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm reading the GCIC and I'm showing a total of 13 cycles. The 13th cycle being this case, and then the 12th cycle being from 2013, which was a probation violation. It was a probation violation, and then of course,
Let me go back and check real quick, just
yeah,
to make
anything
sure.
before
Hold
then,
on.
yeah.
All
So
right. If we
I
do
was going-
breakout, I can let everyone know more about the particular situation.
Okay.
I
Deputy,
can answer everyone's questions pretty quickly.
Deputy, let's hold off on Mr. Stevens. I can go on to another case.
Go to add-on 1, Mr. Henderson.
Okay. Peter Philip Henderson is accused of battery, family violence, and this is from December 24 this year, 25 CR 8381D. Mr. Henderson, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Miss Bianca Thomas. Any priors?
Oh, I was still on the due. Hold on, Judge, real quick. Judge, real quick.
Yes,
That
sir.
was Demond Stevens, right?
That was Demond Stevens.
All right, so the history I got for him is correct.
31 cycles and
Yeah.
not 13 cycles?
No.
Okay. Let's
Now,
go
who is
back.
this?
This is Mr. Peter Henderson,
We
position
can do
1 on the add-on.
Henderson, 8 total. He's on probation for a CWAC charge. That was his last arrest. The probation was December 9th, 2011. They gave him 15 years confined and 5 years probation, so that should go to 2031. That's all.
Huh? Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor. This incident did happen on Christmas Eve around 7:50 p.m. at 7845 Sonoya Road in Fairburn, Georgia. The victim in this case, Miss Duke, called a law enforcement officer, and when they arrived, they did notice a swollen lump above her left eye, for which she had indicated that she was assaulted by the defendant in this particular case. And basically, they had gotten into a argument, and she made mention of his former CWAC case, and that upset him, angered him, and he struck her offensively and grabbed her. And so officers also observed, in addition to that lump above her eye, scratches and abrasions on her arms as a result of how he handled her. Your Honor, given that he is currently on probation, we are asking the court if the court is inclined to do a surety bond. We're asking for a $2,500 surety bond on the battery family violence. That probation out of DeKalb is the basis for which he received a 20-year sentence in DeKalb. And that, I believe, Judge, was in sometime around 2010, 2011. And that he has no further contact with Miss Kelly Duke, the victim in this particular case. and that he stay away from that Sonoya Drive address that I gave to the court. Thank you, Judge.
Kelly Duke, if you'd like to contribute to these proceedings, you need to unmute and start your video if you're present. All right, Ms. Thomas?
Thank you, Your Honor. I was able to speak to Mr. Henderson. We would be asking for a signature bond if he is eligible for one. If not, we would be asking for lowest bond possible for this offense. Mr. Henderson is 61 years of age. He's a lifelong Georgia resident. All of his family ties are here in the state. He has 6 adult children. Mr. Henderson completed some college, and he is currently employed with Meals on Wheels. He's been working there for the past 2 years. I see Odyssey also had note that Mr. Henderson is also a veteran, Your Honor. I've discussed with Mr. Henderson. He expressed that he and the complaining witness are not in a romantic relationship. He expressed that the incident location is his residence. He did also state that the complaining witness is not a resident there, and he is uncertain as to whether or not she's still on the premises, but that is his understanding that she would not be there. We would be asking for a one-time escort to confirm whether or not she is still at the residence and that he be permitted back home.
Okay. Well, slightly different from what the warrant says. On the battery family violence, that's going to be a $2,500 surety bond. No further contact with Kelly Duke, who, according to the warrant, is his fiance. He shall stay away from 192 City Lake Road in Fairburn, Georgia, unless he goes there with a police officer to verify that Miss Duke does not live there. But according to the warrant, she does. So if she's still occupying the premises, then he's allowed to remove his personal belongings and then update the court with his new address within 30 days of being released. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons, and his next court date is January 8th.
Thank you.
Your Honor, and I don't know if City Lake Road is synonymous with Sonoya Road. I'm confused on that, but
It said it occurred at City Lake Road. So if she doesn't live there, then he can return to the location. But if she lives there, then he cannot return to the location with the
Thanks,
exception. Oh, the officer relocated to 192 Sonoya Road to check for the Volvo tractor. I'm not sure.
I believe they were living in the tractor, but I'm not completely sure, Judge.
All right, well, he has to stay 200 yards away from Miss Kelly. So wherever she's located, he can't be there. Next case, Courtroom 2.
Add-on 4, Mr. Stevens.
Okay. All right, Miss Bronstein, did you say you wanted a breakout for this one?
Yes, and Mr. Rhodes, I sent you a chat.
Can we go to position add-on 5, Mr. Zachary?
Are we ready to address position 5?
Yes, sir. I believe that Miss Evans Battle was prepping that because I was having issues. Miss Evans Battle, if you're ready, you can. Thank you.
All right. Deputy, we can do Desmond Zachary if that's possible.
Yes, he's right here.
Okay, we probably have to do a breakout for position 4, so I'm just going to hold for a minute. As I was telling Mr. Zachary, he's accused of battery, family violence, and 3 counts of cruelty in the 3rd degree from December 25th. And Mr. Howard indicated that he has a probation, 15-year probation for ag assault. Anything else, Mr. Howard?
No.
No. Ms. Evans Battle, what's the recommendation for Mr. Zachary?
Yes, Your Honor. These particular facts are extremely disturbing. That there were 3 children in the home at the time that this took place between he and Ms. Lyle. And the fact that it actually appears to have taken over a couple of days. In other words, the police have been called to the home previously for a certain type of behavior. In this instance, he showed up at the home at 4 o'clock in the morning. She did not even know how he was able to get into the home. He threatened to beat her in front of her children, and she was able to get away from the home, run across the street. He caught her. She was banging on the neighbor's door. He caught her. He drug her by her braids across the street, across the concrete. She was able to get away and head out from him until the police could come and arrive at the scene. With his significant violent history and her fear that he is going to come back and retaliate, in which he's shown he was there one day and he came back again the next day. We are asking for a bond on the battery charge, Judge. In light of everything, we are asking for a $10,000 bond as to the battery charge. We are asking for a $3,000 as to each cruelty to children, which would make a $19,000 surety bond in this particular case because of the significant violent history. We are looking at her injuries further to indicate whether or not this is in fact a case in which we really need to ask the district attorney's office to look at to pursue other felony offenses that may have occurred at the same time, as well as to receive a report in reference to the prior incidents in which is alluded that the officer verified in the report that they had been out there the previous day. My victim is afraid of him. I certainly know that the court is able to read the warrants and identify that the children are in danger as well. So that's our recommendation for bond at this time, Judge.
Thank you. I'm not sure if I got the pronunciation correctly. Cesar Lyle, Sazsa Lyle, if you are on Zoom. And if you want to contribute to the proceeding, this is the time to unmute and start your video.
I think my information was that the officer put in the wrong, that there's a wrong telephone number. So we've not had any further contact with her. So we would ask that there be no further contact as well.
Okay. Ms. Bronstein.
Yes, Your Honor. I spoke to, sorry, I'm pulling minutes. I spoke with Mr. Zachary. He is 34 years old, originally from Atlanta, has lived here his entire life. I asked him about the living situation. He did say that although he jointly owned the home with the complaining witness in this case, he said that he could stay with his mother. And that his family stays in Douglasville. His mother, aunt, uncle all lives over there, which is close by, but not near the complaining witness and not with her. And he is perfectly amenable to do that. He did go to 12th grade. He does DoorDash for work, so he does work, but does not have a ton of income. At the moment, you know, these charges, they are all misdemeanor charges. We're asking that the court take that into consideration. And he does not have much money. And we're asking for significantly less than a $19,000 good bond. Maybe like $5,000 total good bond.
Thank you. On count one, that's going to be a $7,500 surety bond. On counts 2, 3, and 4, they're each going to be $2,500. And that's going to be a signature bond through pretrial services level 3. So this is going to be a $15,000 split bond. Once he posts the bond on the $7,500 for count 1, he will then report to pretrial services once a week. Within 30 days, he will update the court with his new residential address, which cannot be the Springbox Drive location in Fairburn. He will also enroll in a domestic violence intervention program, and complete all 24 classes at his expense, and without missing or skipping any of the classes. He's to have no further contact with Sazza, Sazsa Lyle, Lyle, which means he stays 200 yards away from Miss Lyle, as well as from the location at 7522 Spring Box Drive in Fairburn, Georgia. He's also to not have any contact with the three minors identified as SZ, RZ, and HZ. If he wishes to have any contact with the three minor children, he must file a legitimation case and get a court order for joint visitation and joint custody, at which time Miss Lyle can then counter for child support and health insurance. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons, and his next court date is January 8th. Thank you.
Per Judge.
Yes.
Position 29, Mr. Williams.
Okay, please hold 1 second, please. Sorry about that. That was Williams on the main calendar.
Correct, Judge, 29.
Thank you.
The last case was level 3, right?
Yes. And DVIP and no contact and legitimation. Matthew Williams is accused of 2 counts of stalking from January 11th of this year, 2025, case number 25 CR 8373A. Mr. Williams, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Ms. Bronstein. Any priors?
20. Last arrest was on the 21st of this month out of Bibb County. I got battery. Got an open case out of Jones County, 6 counts of manufacture, sell, distribute, 5 counts of identity theft, fraud. You got open case in Superior Court, identity theft, fraud, financial transaction, fraud, forgery. Did you see that case?
I just saw the case number. I didn't get into it.
You got,
ID
huh?
fraud, forgery, and what else?
I don't know if you want me to call this out. You know I will, but
Okay,
it's
if it's
23 SC 190221.
190221. Okay, I'll look at it.
Yeah. 2024 trespass, NOLO, 23 failure to appear.
23 FDA. Okay, thank you.
It's
Yes. What else, Mr. Howard?
I'm sorry.
That's it? Okay. Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor. 1 second here. This is Mr. As it relates to
This is Matthew Williams, position 29.
Thank you, Judge. Yeah, as it relates to Mr. Williams, Your Honor, it appears that that this was a case involving 16-year-old for which she had run away from home sometime in November of this year, and then she was with Mr. Williams, and they were involved, but then she ran away from him in December. When she ran away from him in December, it was known that he had placed a tracking device on her of sorts, and he was stalking, and to the point to where he had seen, he'd met her somewhere and made some inappropriate comments to her, and her mother was there as well, who's also a victim in this case. He's currently 35 years old, Judge. The victim in this case, Miss Lyric Shaker, I believe, is about to turn one of the victims in this case, Miss Lyric Shaker, is about to turn 17 years of age, according to her mother, who we have had contact with. Judge, given the defendant's history, like Mr. Howard, thank you for that. The 20 cycles, the recent arrest out of Bibb County, the open case here in Fulton, which I don't want to get into as well. He did have past arrests for exploitation, the kind of exploitation I don't even want to get into here, but I think Your Honor already knows.
Oh, yeah,
And
I've seen those, but they were all null prost at this time.
and the harassing communications with other females that he's been in contact with. The state is recommending a surety bond of $10,000, $5,000 on each of the stalking charges, and that he stay away from the victim's address, her and her mother, which is 1650 Barnes Mill Road in Marietta, Georgia, and that he also he have no further contact with the victims, Miss Lyric Shaker and Janice Williams. I believe Your Honor probably already knows this, but we do have serious concerns about this case and what might be underlying it. However, with that being said, it is what it is right now, and that is the state's recommendation.
Okay. And I'm sorry, it was Lyric Shaker and the other person was a Williams. Is that
Yes, Your Honor. Janice Williams.
Janice Williams? Got it. Okay. Are either individuals, if you're over 18 years old, you're welcome to chime in? Okay, no? Ms. Bronstein?
Thank you, Your Honor. I spoke with Mr. Williams. It's my understanding that there's no relationship between Mr. Williams and Mrs. Williams. I understand the state's concerns. I do want to point out that this case is from a year ago, January 2025, and I don't believe there have been any issues reported since in the past year. Mr. Williams is 35 years old. He is from Georgia. He lives nearby in Griffin. His mother lives close by as well as his brother. He does do kind of admin work, answering phones for a consulting business. He wanted me to let the court know that his family does not have much money and would like you to take that into consideration.
Okay, thank you. On each count, the bond is going to be $3,500. This is a $7,000 surety bond. Also, for the next 6 months, Mr. Matthew Williams will be equipped with an ankle monitor.
Sorry, Janice Williams is here. I couldn't get my phone unmuted.
Did you want to say something? You'll need to start your video.
I don't know. I think someone have to have me unmuted, show it. Okay.
Go ahead. All right. And now we look at the
Okay.
screen. We don't see.
Okay.
Ms. Williams,
Okay.
please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
What's your name?
Janice Williams.
Okay. And what would you like to tell us?
The case in Bibb County is also on my daughter with him that I just went to court on Monday. But I really fear for our life because he've come to our house several times, and I had that on video that I showed to the police officer, besides putting the tracking device on. And my daughter's special needs, she have disabilities. So I was just really.
This is the 1615 Barnes Mill Road location?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it an apartment complex?
Yes, it is.
And what's it called?
Rosemont City View.
Rosemont Cityville?
View is Rosemont City View Apartments.
Okay.
Yes,
and what
ma'am.
city is that in?
Marietta, Georgia.
Okay. Thank you so much. If you please mute your screen.
Okay, let me see how. I'm sorry.
That's all right. We can help you with that.
Okay, I need.
As I was saying, count 1 and count 2, that's going to be a $3,500 each surety bond. Mr. Williams will also be equipped with an ankle monitor, and this will be for a period of up to 6 months, where he will have to pay for his monitoring expenses. He's to stay 200 yards away from the entire apartment complex called the Rosemont City View at Barnes Mill Road in Marietta, Georgia. He's also required to stay away from Lyric Shaker and Janice Williams, until further order of the court, which means he's to stay 200 yards away from both of them. Do not communicate with them in any way, form, or manner, including in person, through mail, email, any kind of electronic device, and even on social media. Any violations can result in his bond being revoked and he remain in custody in a no bond status. Thank you. Next court date was going to be January 8th.
Got position 14, Ms. Hurd.
Shantaria Hurd is accused of battery family violence from November 9th of this year, case 25 CR 8363F. Ms. Hurd, you've been advised of your, I'm sorry, Deputy, have they been advised of their rights? Look like you have a new crowd in there.
They've been in here already, Judge.
They have? Okay. You have been advised of your right to remain silent, and your attorney is going to be Miss Zakia Watson Cafe. Any priors for Miss Hurd?
2017 possession of marijuana. Everything else is old.
Okay. Miss Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor, we have a consent offer. It's for $3,500 signature bond through pretrial services, level 1. Excuse me. No further contact with Cherry Hurd. Stay away from 3041 Landrum Drive. Complete 3 anger awareness classes. No further violations of the law. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond.
Miss Watson Cafe, are these the terms to which your client has agreed?
I did not. I was calling as she was called up, Your Honor, so I have not had an opportunity to discuss them with her. In speaking with her during the initial intake, we talked about signature bond. We talked about the stay away. She doesn't have any issue with the stay away. I didn't talk to her about the anger awareness classes. I don't believe that will necessarily be an issue. She is employed. I'll go through some of the Ayala factors. She's currently employed with Atlanta Public Schools as a nutrition specialist. She works in the cafeteria. She does work part-time hours, about 30 hours a week. She has 3 minor children who all reside with her, 10, 11, and 2. So she has a lot of responsibility with respect to them. I don't know, because things change a lot, Your Honor, if these classes are something that she would be required to come out of pocket for, or if
No,
they
the anger awareness programs are through pretrial. There's no additional cost.
Okay, well, that shouldn't be a problem for her. I guess we have no objection to the $3,500 signature bond. I do not, as far as, I know it's up to Your Honor, with no drugs or weapons, that would be fine. With respect to alcohol, this incident did not involve alcohol. There's no evidence of any abuse of alcohol or drugs with respect to this client. So I usually push back on that. I understand that, this is a domestic violence allegation. I will say that my client vehemently denies the allegations that are in the warrant. But other than that, Your Honor, we are fine with the conditions proposed by the state.
Bond is going to be set at $3,500. It's a signature bond through pretrial services level 1. She's to have no further contact with Cherry Hurd, which I understand is her mother, and she's to stay away from 3041 Landrum Drive in Atlanta, Georgia. She's to make sure that she maintains a current address with the court so we can send her a next court summons. While she reports to pretrial once a month, she must complete 3 anger awareness classes. And I think that's it. Oh, and no illegal drugs, no alcohol while she's on pretrial reporting. Once she has completed her pretrial reporting time, then the no alcohol requirement can be lifted. And definitely no firearms and no weapons at all times. Next court date will be sent to a current address. Thank you.
Thank you.
3,500 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Thank you.
Can we go to position 17, Mr. Ingram?
Okay.
3.5 SOB. She got SOB.
Jeremy Ingram is accused of battery family violence from December 24th of this year, 25 CR 8360Y. Mr. Ingram, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is Ms. Watson Cafe. Any priors?
Theft by taking.
Mr. Howard, I'm sorry?
Sorry. On probation, not a cop. 3 counts theft by taking. 3 counts robbery. Also on probation, not a cop. Theft by receiving. Giving false name. On probation in Fulton, theft by receiving. 23 SC 185953. On probation, possession by a convicted felon. Possession during the commission. An ag assault. It's 23 SC 187281. On probation for terrorist threats. 23 SC 1888088. That's it.
1, 2, 3. Okay. Mr. Rhodes, what's your recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor, as it relates to the state's recommendation in this particular case, we are asking for a $10,000 surety bond, that he has no further contact with the victim, Miss Alexia Grayson, and that he stay away from 832 Pryor Street in Southwest Atlanta, Georgia. Your Honor, as it relates to Mr. Ingram's case, this case did involve the victim that I just stated. On December 24th, Christmas Eve, officers did go to 832 Pryor Street on a domestic dispute. Upon arrival, they spoke with Ms. Grayson, who said that she had gotten into an altercation with him over a cell phone that apparently belonged to her, and essentially that when she left the residence, he followed her, demanding the phone, and when she did not give it to him, he began to punch her several times about the chest and face. Officers did observe bruising and injuries about the chest and face to the victim in this particular case. She was able to drive away and get away, and that's when she was able to meet with officers in this particular case. Your Honor, you heard the criminal history. You heard the fact that he's currently on several probations. Some of those probations, including an ag assault. One of the ag assaults in the 23 SC 187281 case involved a shooting of a Miss Kevia McClendon was the victim in that particular case. The propensity of violence in this gives us a lot of cause for pause. Mr. Ingram has received the benefit of some first offenders that are inaccurate on his GCIC. The state will move the GCIC and the GBI to correct those things because they're not accurate. But be that as it may, we are asking for a significant surety bond in this particular case with that stay away, considering the multiple probations that he's currently on, clearly not registering. Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Watson Cafe?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Ingram is a lifelong resident of Georgia. Sorry, my computer went black for a second. Sorry, I'm not sure if you just heard me. Mr. Ingram is a lifelong resident of Georgia. He is 24 years old. His highest level of education was 10th grade. He was previously working prior to this arrest. He believes that he may have lost his job, not necessarily because of the arrest, but because there was some type of acquisition or merger with the company. He has a 2-year-old son that he provides for financially and emotionally. I understand that he does have some history. I did not. He's already being monitored, Your Honor, by both Cobb and Fulton. It's my understanding that he is. He's been compliant with the special conditions outside of.
No, he's not. He's got a probation hold.
So that's from September, Your Honor. Is the probation hold from September?
Let me see. Yeah, September 26th. Has that been resolved?
Okay. I'm sorry.
Has that been resolved?
my understanding from speaking to him is that it has been resolved. He recently, from my understanding, speaking to Mr. Ingram, he very recently reported to probation within a couple of days of the arrest, prior to the arrest, and he was not arrested on that warrant. So I'm not sure if that's an error or what, but he has, according to my client, he's been in good communication, and I will say at least doing the best that he can to comply with the special conditions of his probation obligations. The Cobb case has been transferred here to Fulton, where he currently resides. He does not have an issue with the no contact order. Your Honor, he has a separate residence that I have obtained from him from the incident location, so that the no contact order should not be an issue for him. Based on the fact that, again, he does not have employment, we would ask that you take that into consideration with respect to setting the bond. A $10,000 bond is just a bond that he will not be able to make. For all those reasons, Your Honor, I understand that you may not be amendable to a signature bond. So short of a signature bond, we would ask for a $3,000 surety bond for Mr. Ingram.
Bond is set at 5,000. It is a surety bond. No further contact with I think she's here, Zalatia Grace. I don't know if she wants to contribute, but if you want, this is the time to unmute and start your video.
Hello.
Yes, Ms. Grayson, did you want to contribute?
Yeah, I was
All
just
right,
trying to
please
say that
stop,
we do
please
share a
stop,
2-year-old.
please stop. You need to face the video and lower the screen so we can see your face. All right, raise your right hand.
Can you see me?
We need to see you. Okay.
Can you see me?
Yes. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
What would you like to tell us?
I was just trying to say that we do share a 2-year-old son
Push
together.
your phone back
So,
so
I
we
mean,
can
if
see your face. Push your phone back. All right. You share what now?
we share a 2-year-old son.
Okay, that's your child, right? All right. Ms. Grayson, hello? All right, her screen's frozen. As I was saying, it's a $5,000 surety bond. He is to have no further contact with Zalatia Grayson. And now that we know, he's also to have no contact with any child or children that he shares with Ms. Grayson. If he wants to have joint custody or visitation with child or children that he shares with her, he must file a legitimation case and get a court order for a joint, for a parenting plan, as well as joint visitation in custody. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. His next court date is going to be January 8th, 2026. He's also to stay away from 832 Pryor Street in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm Miss Watson Cafe. I'm not sure what his understanding is of his probation hold, but according to the jailing screen, that is still an active hold. So if he's resolved his probation, he might want to get in touch with his probation officer to mention to them that if it's resolved, they need to remove the hold from the jailing screen. But
Yes, Your Honor.
meanwhile, his next court date is January 8th. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
I have Ms. Attorney Watson Cafe last client over here. The ladies needs to hear their rights.
Okay. Just 1 second, Deputy Milton. Courtroom 2. Mr. Ingram, you have been advised of your right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Yes, sir. What would you like to, if you waive your right to remain silent, you'll be speaking against counsel's advice.
I just got to question my probation officer. Like, she the one who can
Yes,
As I've
Mr.
already
Ingram,
told-
they're not, I'm sorry, Your Honor. The judge is not going to be able to address your probation. It's not before the court right now. It's only this new misdemeanor battery charge. So we've already discussed that, and I'll discuss in more detail.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, this is for ACDC. Good afternoon. My name is Judge Law, and these are new misdemeanor cases that have been brought against each one of you. Please remember, when I'm addressing each of your cases, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say in open court, your statements can and will be used against you in the treatment of your case. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to represent you. Let me see now. Deputy in courtroom
Position
2. Yeah, just 1 minute, Deputy Milton. In courtroom 2, is that Mr. Yifan Wu?
Yes, Judge.
And does Mr. Wu need an interpreter, or is he able to understand English?
He does not need an interpreter.
Okay. Let me do this case. Yifan Wu is accused of battery family violence from December 25th, 2025. Case number 25 CR 8376G. Mr. Wu, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is Ms. Bronstein. Any priors?
No.
Okay. Mr. Rhodes or Ms. Evans Battle, is there a consent order, proposed consent order?
Yes, Your Honor, there is, and it was.
And I'm sorry, there were 2 charges. Count 2 is obstructing or hindering a person from making an emergency phone call. I'm sorry, Mr. Rhodes, what are the terms?
Yes, Your Honor, it was for $3,000 signed on bond through pretrial services level 1. We were asking for 3 anger awareness under the pretrial services. We are asking for no further contact at this time. At the time, we've not been able to get in contact with the actual victim. Actually, we were, and our victim advocate thought that no further contact at this time was appropriate, so we are going to ask for no further contact at this time.
Okay. I have, is there anyone here who's want to speak up with regards to Mr. Wu's case? All right. Ms. Xu, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
All right. How do you know Mr. Wu?
We're partner.
Are you intimate partners?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you share the same household?
Yes.
And you're the alleged victim in this case, correct?
Yes.
All right. What would you like to tell me?
I'm concerned about my safety. So, before I find a new housing, I'm asking that he's not returning to this place until I find a new place to live.
Okay. Thank you. Ms. Bronstein, does your client agree to the terms as articulated by Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor. He did say that he would be able to get different housing. He would need a one-time return with a police escort to gather his things. They also both get their masters together at Georgia Tech, but he said that he would be able to move his schedule so that they're not in the same computer lab and don't need to come into contact. So
Well,
yes.
that's even more interesting. Okay. Ms. Xu, so if you pack up all his stuff in boxes, I can authorize him to come back to the property one time only with a police officer. It can be a Georgia Tech police officer, and he's only allowed to come to the property to remove the boxes, which shouldn't take him more than 1/4 of an hour. Is that acceptable?
That's acceptable.
Okay. Now, both of you are students at Georgia Tech?
Yes.
And how do you plan to do your class scheduling?
I can do rescheduling, but we do collaborate on the same projects.
And how do you plan to do that?
I plan to talk to the lab supervisor, and we can commit to the project, but separately, so we do not meet together.
All right. So I'm going to impose a no further contact, which means that Mr. Wu is required to stay 200 yards away from you. But if he's at Georgia Tech, he's required to take classes that are separate from you. That will conflict with what you're proposing. So he would need to contact the Georgia Tech administration or whoever does the scheduling of classes and let them know that he cannot take any classes or any projects that involve interaction with you.
I will speak to Georgia Tech boys, on December 29th. So can I talk to them and discuss further arrangements?
That's up to you. I'm just letting you know what I'm imposing at the present time.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Ms. Bronstein, anything else to add?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Wu, this is a serious family violence charge. And so the state has agreed to allow you a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial services, which will be $2,000 on count 1 and $1,000 on count 2. This is through pretrial services, which means you'll be required to report to pretrial once a month. You are to have no further contact with Ms. Xu, and you are to make sure that you arrange your classes with Georgia Tech in such a way that you're not in the same classes and you're not involved in any same projects with Ms. Xu, and this is by court order. You would need to get in touch with your counselor or whoever arranges your classes or the school administration to let them know that this is a criminal court order and that you are required to comply with it. No further contact with Ms. Xu means staying 200 yards away from her unless you are at Georgia Tech. Then just make sure that you are not in the same classes, not in the same hallway, not in the cafeteria. You know, you just can't be in the same room with her. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons. While you report to pretrial services, you'll be required to undergo 3 anger awareness classes and complete them to their satisfaction. Within 30 days, you are to update us with your new address, and it has to be more than 200 yards away from where you used to reside with Ms. Xu. You are allowed a one-time visit to the address which you share with Ms. Xu, and you must go there with a police officer to retrieve your belongings. That visit cannot exceed 15 minutes. During that visit, you're not to interact or communicate with Ms. Xu. Thank you.
Judge, can I do my last one in the courtroom?
Sure.
We also have one that needs a Spanish interpreter. I don't know if that interpreter is going to be here today, Mr. Pop Perez.
Judge, this Miss Grace, I did reach Miss Lucia. She said she will hop on.
All right.
But we didn't know till about 10 minutes ago that
Yeah,
we need them.
and I didn't know about that one. I believe that's a consent offer. So if we can get an interpreter, I haven't spoken to him yet, but I'm pretty sure he will agree to the consent offer.
All right, Deputy, I will get back to you, but if that's your only case, you're waiting for the interpreter to hop on.
I still have add-on 4, Mr. Stevens.
Oh, okay, that I need to do in breakout. Deputy Milton, please hold. Okay, we can have Mr. Stevens come forward. He's already been advised of his rights. And Mr. Jordan, can you place Ms. Bronstein, myself, Mr. Rhodes, and of course you in a breakout room, please? I've already got his priors. All right, Deputy in Courtroom 2, with regards to Mr. Demond Stevens, his case on the battery family violence, the bond is going to be $1,000 surety bond, and count 2 is going to be a $500 surety bond, no violent contact with Whitney Green, and the case is going to be further notice to January 8th, 2026 at 11 a.m. Thank you.
What's that total?
1,500 surety.
And who is this gentleman? I forgot his name.
Demond Stevens.
Stevens. All right.
Position 4 on the
1,500.
add-on calendar. All right.
Okay.
All right, courtroom 2. I think we are done with at least there doesn't seem to be anyone else there. So Deputy Milton, I apologize for the delay. Who should we address first?
Station 6, Miss Cooper.
Okay. Sabrina Queen Cooper is accused of battery family violence from September 17th of 2025, case number 25CR83518. Ms. Cooper, you've been advised of your rights and your attorney is going to be Ms. Watson Cafe. Any priors?
First adult.
Okay. Ms. Evans Battle, do we have a recommendation from the state?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe we have a consent agreement. 3,500 signature bond through pretrial services, level 1. No further violent contact with Crystal Cooper. Stay away from 150 Fairfield Place apartment. We would ask that she be allowed a one-time visit to retrieve her personal belongings. And I think her counsel has indicated she has a dog as well. Complete an 8-week anger management class. No further violations of the law, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond.
Okay. Ms. Watson Cafe, does your client accept these terms?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
I've gone over them with her.
All right. Ms. Cooper, you are granted a 3,500 signature bond through pretrial level 1. You report to pretrial services once a month. You are to have no violent contact with Crystal Cooper, which means that if you meet her or speak to her, there cannot be any physical or verbal altercations. You are to vacate and stay away from 150 Fairfield Place apartments, and you are to update the court with your new address within 30 days of being released. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons. You are allowed a one-time visit to 150 Fairfield Place, the apartment in question, with a police officer. You have up to 1 hour to retrieve your belongings and your pet, and then after that, you are to stay away from that location. Now, if there's any dispute about the ownership of the dog or the pet, you're to leave the pet alone, and then you can file a civil case. You can speak to Ms. Watson Cafe about how to retrieve any belongings where the ownership is in dispute. Thank you. Ms.
Thank you, Your
Lucia?
Honor. That's my last case. May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, Ms. Watson Cafe. Enjoy the holiday season or what's left of it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. You too.
Ms. Lucia, sorry for bringing you here on a Friday.
That's
but,
all right, Your Honor.
We have, that was, what position number was this, Ms. Bronstein? Was it position 22?
Hold on.
Is it? Sorry, let me go back.
What's the last name?
Starts with a P.
Pablo Perez?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Lucia?
Yes, Your Honor.
May I place you under oath? Do you solemnly swear and affirm that translation you provide will be a true and accurate interpretation with no changes or embellishments?
I do.
Thank you. This is State versus Baldomero Pablo Perez, accused of simple battery family violence from December 25th of this year.
Este es el caso de la Fiscalía del Estado en contra de Baldomero Pablo Pérez, que está acusado de agresión simple y violencia doméstica en un caso ocurrido el 25 de diciembre.
His case number is 25CR8367Y.
El número de caso es el 25CR8367Y.
He's represented by attorney Emily Bronstein.
Le está representando la abogada Emily Bronstein.
And the prosecutor will let me know what is the bond that they have agreed to.
y el fiscal me va a dejar saber cuál es la fianza en la cual han acordado.
It is for a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 1.
Y lo que aconseja la fiscalía es un bono de fianza bajo su firma únicamente de $3,000 por medio de la oficina anterior a los juicios en la cárcel.
That he complete the FVIP, which is the Family Violence Intervention Program. That he have no further violent contact with Sarah Garcia Hernandez.
También que termine usted un curso, unas clases de programa de intervención de violencia familiar y una orden judicial de ningún contacto violento con la señora Sara García. I'm sorry, was that Sarah? Oh, Hernandez. Sara García Hernandez.
Yes. And this would be in contemplation of a diversion program.
Y esto esto es parte de un programa de separamiento, o sea, que lo divide, como quien dice.
Sarah Garcia Hernandez, if you'd like to address the court, you need to unmute and start your video.
La señora Sara García Hernández, si es que desea usted hablarle a la juez, al tribunal, por favor, abra su cámara y su micrófono.
Do you have anything to add, Ms. Hernandez?
¿Tiene algo más que decir, señor Hernández? Dígame.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth?
¿Jura usted que el testimonio que nos dará aquí el día de hoy va a ser la verdad?
Sí.
Yes.
What would you
Gracias,
like
puede
to tell
bajar su
us?
mano.
Gracias.
¿Qué nos quiere decir?
Que pues así que él no me hizo nada, no me golpeó ni nada, solo fue discusión que tuvimos y eso fue primera vez, no ha sido así, sino es primera vez. Y no, él no me tocó, no me hizo nada, entonces sí fue puro así discusión y pues lo que yo quiero es cerrar el caso y cerrar que ya no se siga.
I would like to say that he didn't do anything. He did not touch me. It was just an argument that we were having, and it was the first time. He did not do anything. He didn't touch me. He didn't lay a hand on me. And all I would like is for this case to be over, to be closed, and for it not to continue.
The decision to close the case is with the prosecutor, so this is still an open, active case. Please, go ahead.
Sorry, la decisión de cerrar el caso, señora, es decisión del fiscal. Entonces, hasta que el fiscal decida, el caso permanecerá abierto y tendrán que seguirlo.
Please listen very carefully to the conditions of his release.
Por favor, ponga atención, señora, muy cuidadosamente a las condiciones que se le agregan a dejarlo salir.
This is an open active case and Mr. Pablo Perez must report to pretrial services and report to the courthouse when summoned.
Este es un caso abierto que va a continuar. El señor, Pablo Pérez necesita reportarse a la oficina anterior al juicio y al tribunal cuando se le cite.
His bond is $3,000 and it will be a signature bond through pretrial and he reports once a month.
La fianza va a ser nada más con la firma, un bono asegurado bajo su firma de $3,000 y él tiene que reportarse a la oficina anterior a los juicios una vez por mes, cada mes.
He doesn't have to pay for the bond today, but he must comply with the following conditions.
Él no tiene que pagar por la fianza de salida el día de hoy, pero tiene que completar y adherirse a las siguientes condiciones de la fianza.
No violent contact with Sarah Garcia Hernandez. which means that he cannot have any physical or any verbal altercations or fights with Ms. Hernandez.
No una orden judicial de ningún contacto violento con la señora García Hernández. Eso quiere decir ningún contacto violento físico y tampoco verbal.
If there are any altercations, he will be arrested again and his bond will be revoked.
Si es que hay alguna nueva discusión o altercado, él va a ser arrestado nuevamente y la fianza se le quitará.
Within 30 days of being released, he will enroll in a domestic violence intervention program, which is a series of domestic violence classes.
Durante los primeros 30 días, después de que salga de la cárcel, necesita él matricularse en un programa de prevención de violencia doméstica y necesita asistir y cursar todas las clases dentro del programa.
These are 24 classes, 24 weekly classes, and he must attend and complete all of them at his expense.
Estas son un total de 24 clases, semanalmente una, y él tiene que ir, presentarse y completar las 24 clases y todo es a costo de él. Él tiene que pagar por esas clases.
If he gets arrested again, the bond will be revoked.
Si es que él es arrestado nuevamente, esta fianza se le quitará. O sea, no la van a dejar pasar. Es que el bono de fianza va a dejarse, se lo van a quitar la fianza.
Okay. Thank you.
Eso es todo. Gracias.
Okay, gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lucia. You have, Deputy Milton, is there anyone there who needs the services of a Spanish interpreter?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Lucia, you have a great holiday. Enjoy.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I will see you next week.
I will see you in the new year, Your Honor.
Oh, in the new year. Okay. Take care.
Oh, hold on. I think Mr. Garcia wanted to say something. Sí, señora.
Sí, él está escuchando eso, o sea, así como estoy escuchando yo, él también está escuchando eso, disculpe.
Can you tell me if he heard everything that I've been listening to?
Yes.
Sí.
Okay, gracias.
Gracias.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a
Thank
happy
you.
new year.
You too. Thank you.
Última pregunta, disculpe.
Oh, last question, I'm sorry. Siga.
Quickly.
Rápido.
¿A qué hora, en qué tiempo ya sale él, disculpe?
How long until he comes out of jail?
Within 24 hours.
En las próximas 24 horas.
Okay, gracias.
Gracias.
Okay, señora.
Okay.
Puede desconectarse. Bye-bye, Your Honor.
Deputy Milton, who do we have, please?
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. You are a patient, patience of Job. So, who do we have?
Session 15, Miss Huff,
15. Okay.
1-5.
Got it. Sandriana Denise Huff is accused of criminal trespass from December 24th of this year. Case 25 CR 8353C. Ms. Huff, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Ms. Bianca Thomas. Mr. Howard, any priors, or is this a consent bond?
24 total, 2025 probation, 24 trespass obstruction conviction, 24 trespass conviction, 22 giving false name trespass conviction.
Any FTAs?
Not sure. I stopped at 2018.
Okay. Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm showing 12 cycles out of Florida, 3 out of Mississippi, 8 out of Georgia, at least 5 convictions for criminal trespass. And I'm seeing that maybe currently a probation on the GCIC. I'm asking for a $25 cash bond and stay away from 570 Spring Street in Northwest Atlanta. That's the One Georgia Center. Social work for housing and assess any other needs that she may have. Thank you, Judge.
Miss Thomas?
Thank you, Your Honor. I was able to speak with Ms. Huff. She did express that this incident was a mistake. She expressed that she goes to Emory Hospital, not too far from this location, in which she receives her medication for her diagnosis. This medication sometimes causes her to fall asleep. She did say that she did stop at this location to get out of the cold. To stop, one thing led to another. She fell asleep, and that's when she was awakened by police officers. She did state that she does frequent a shelter located off Garnett Drive. They have more than one location. She said it's called the Restoration House. She states that then when this location runs out of beds, that she is directed to go to one of the other locations. Um, she did express that she would receive mail. She did provide address. I'm assuming is at one of the shelters. She provided a location, 420 Cortlandt Street. Um, Ms. Huff is obviously unemployed, Your Honor, residentially challenged. She's not going to be able to make any type of bond. We understand her history if she's not eligible for a signature bond, and we just ask for a reasonable bond to be set.
This is going to be a $1 bond. Stay away from the One Georgia Center at 25 Spring Street. Next court date is January 8th.
Thank you.
Judge, what position that was?
Position 15. Do I have a Constance Hughes next? Constance Hughes is accused of simple battery against an officer, two counts of willful obstruction of an officer and criminal trespass. Ms. Hughes, your case number is 25 CR 8357Y. You've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is Ms. Thomas. Any priors?
16, 2020 ag assault conviction, 2013 simple battery DV arrest. That's it.
Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor, this is a consent bond, $5,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 2. Stay away from Motel 6, which is at 1337 Virginia Avenue, East Point, Georgia. Ask that she have a social work visit prior to leaving for residentially challenged or either a behavioral health evaluation, whatever is needed, and that she undergoes 3 anger awareness classes while out on pretrial.
Okay. And is the breakdown 3, 1, and 1, 1, and 1?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you for that breakdown. Yes.
All right. Ms. Thomas, does your client accept these terms?
Your Honor, we were given the consent bond after me and Ms. Hughes spoke. So this is her first time hearing the conditions. I did speak with her about the incident and whether or not she would understand that she likely would not be able to go back to this location. She did express that she was employed with Motel 6, or at least that company. She's uncertain as to whether or not she's still employed with that company. She also expressed that she was paying rent for that room, and she was never previously criminally trespassed from the room, given that she was paying to stay there. I'm sure that she would be accepting of the terms. As far as the social worker visit prior to her leaving, I could try to. I'm not sure whether or not any of our social workers will be able to get down there today, but I mean, I can send an email or make some calls to see if someone be able to go down there and speak with her.
All right. Mr. Jordan, we probably have to do our own bond order in this one. I'll go with the state's recommendation of the 5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. That means she reports to pretrial twice a month. And the breakdown is 3, 1, 1, and 1. She's to stay away from the Motel 6 at 1337 Virginia Avenue with a one-time visit with a police officer to retrieve her belongings. At this visit with a police officer, if Motel 6 management confirms within the officer's presence that she is still employed and that she can continue occupying the room, then she can return to that Motel 6 facility. However, if Motel 6 has terminated her relationship, then she has to vacate the premises, retrieve her belongings, and she'll need to update the court with her new address within 30 days. And she must provide that address to pretrial and the court in writing. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What was the breakdown again?
3, 1, 1, and 1.
So it was total of 6,000?
Oh, sorry, that would be 2, 1, 1, and 1. Sorry.
Oh, 2-1. Okay, thank you.
For a total of 5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. And but the stay away is conditional upon the hotel allowing you to continue working.
Thank you.
All right, position, so I'm not sure. Debbie
19.
Milton? 19. Got it. State versus Donzel Chantel McLaurin, accused of simple battery from December 24th of this year, case 25 CR 8365C. Ms. McLaurin, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is Ms. Emily Bronstein. Any priors?
What number?
Position 19.
Let's see. McLaurin. No, resident of North Carolina, though, according to the booking.
All right, thank you. Ms. Evans-Battle, do you have a recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor, recommendation is $2,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. That she have no further violent contact with Joey Ortiz. Stay away from the location at 550 National Highway, which is the Madhouse Sports Bar and Grill. Complete 3 anger awareness classes, no further violations of the law, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond.
Okay. Is this a consent bond, or is this the state's proposal?
It's a consent bond.
All right. Okay, Ms. McLaurin, your terms are a $2,000 signature bond. You won't have to pay for your bond today, but you will have to report to pretrial. Now, if you're going back to North Carolina, you must provide us, you're not, okay. Then in that case, you must report to pretrial once a month, and you have to provide us with a valid mailing address within 30 days of being released. No violent contact with Joey Ortiz, and you need to stay away from the bar at Old National Highway as described by the prosecutor. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons, and your next court date will be sent to your current mailing address. Thank you.
Next is position 26, Ms. Stevens.
Position 21, Wayne Mulder, is going to be a reset till tomorrow. It's a behavior reset. So it'll be tomorrow, December 27th at 2 p.m. And 26, Anise Stevens. Is that correct? Debbie Milton? Yes? Okay. Miss Anise Stevens is accused of theft by shoplifting from April 17, 2025. And the accusation number is 25 CR 8371B. Ms. Stevens, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Ms. Bronstein. Do we have a consent or any priors, Mr.? Is it consent, Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, it is consent.
All right, and what are the terms?
It's $3,000 unsecured judicial release through the jail, or either a signature bond through the jail, but I wrote it up as an unsecured. Well, I think we did it as an unsecured judicial release, and we're asking for it. Go ahead and take an anti-theft course towards a diversionary treatment, and to stay away from all targets at this time. Thank you, Judge.
All right. If she's going to be taking an anti-theft class, I'll need it to be on signature bond for pretrial level 1, so that we can maintain when she's completed the class. Any objection, Ms. Brown?
If you're good with that, it'll be towards diversion.
We spoke about that, about the class. She's fine taking the class, so she needs to check in with pretrial. That would be okay. And Ms. Stevens, what the prosecutor said is they're considering your case for diversion potentially. So definitely take the class and keep in touch with pretrial diversion, okay? I mean, and keep in touch with pretrial release and with the court, okay?
All right, this is a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. She reports to pretrial once a month. Within 60 days of being released, she must show proof that she's enrolled in an anti-theft class and that she completes the class and provides proof of that. And she's to stay away from all Target stores. No shopping at Target. Thank you.
Next is position 28, Ms. Welch.
Teresa Katiana Welch is accused of battery, family violence, and simple assault, family violence from December 24th of this year. Case number 25 CR 8375D. Ms. Welch, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Ms. Bronstein. Any priors, Mr. Howard, or is this a consent?
Judge, I wish it was. This one is not.
Okay. Mr. Howard, any priors?
Third, 03 ag assault arrest.
All three ag assault arrests?
2003 ag assault arrest.
Oh, okay.
Oh, three.
Mr. Rhodes, what's your recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor, as it relates to the recommendation from Ms. Welch, the state is going to recommend a $2,000 surety bond. This is given the fact that an instrument was used, a pair of scissors were used, and the victim in this case were cut with those scissors in the assault here. We do realize that the last arrest was remote in time, 2003, but it was an ag assault. She needs to have no further contact with the victim, who is Mr. Nathaniel Sagos, Sagoes, and to stay away from 1452 Kenilworth Drive in Atlanta, Georgia. Judge, the officers did observe that Miss Welch was visibly intoxicated and that she reeked of alcohol, and so we're going to ask for an alcohol drug evaluation and treatment while she's out on bond, and that she has no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Bronstein, anything to add?
Yes, Your Honor. I spoke with Ms. Welch, and what she says happened is very different than what is in the warrant. First of all, to let the court know, she's 46 years old, from Atlanta, has her mother, brother, 3 children, all do live nearby. She has a multitude of health issues. For this case, the complaining witness, she says, does not live with her, but was staying with her at that time for a short period. So I'd ask that there be no stay away. That she says that he beat her, locked her in the room. She did not come at him with any scissors. No scissors were present in the warrant. They do not find any scissors. We are asking for a signature bond in this case. She cannot afford any bond.
Okay. Unfortunately, the warrant doesn't tell me whether he lives there or not. But in the meantime, on the battery family violence, that's going to be a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 2. She is to report to pretrial twice a month. She's to have no further contact with Nathaniel Sagos, and she's allowed a one-time visit to 1452 Kenilworth Drive in Atlanta, Georgia. If the officer verifies that the property is not occupied by Mr. Sagos, she may return to the property. But if it is occupied and he does live there, then she will have to use that visit to get her personal belongings and get a new address within 30 days and provide us with that new address within 30 days. She's within 10 days of being released, she must undergo an alcohol and drug evaluation and submit to any treatment or counseling that's required. Within 30 days of being released, she will enroll in a domestic violence intervention program and attend and complete all 24 weeks of classes at her expense. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons, including firearms. Her next court date will be sent to either the Kenilworth address if she lives there, or her new address, which she must provide within 30 days.
What happened to the simple assault?
Oh, sorry. That was going to be, this was going to be 4 in 1.
Okay.
5,000 is the total. So it's 4,000 signature bond for pretrial level 2 and 1,000 signature bond level 2. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons, which means Miss Welch, you'll be subject to random screens. So stop drinking alcohol and no illegal drugs, including marijuana. Thank you.
Next is add-on 2, Ms. Nelson.
Nazareth Nelson's accused of simple battery family violence from October 5th of this year, case 25 CR 8382F. Ms. Nelson, you've been advised of your rights and your attorney is going to be Ms. Brownstein. Any priors?
Yeah. Second arrest. On pretrial for simple battery. It's 25 CR 001. I left off a number.
That's
They
okay.
left off a number.
I
I think
got
it's zero. Yeah. But no. Hold on. 24 CR 005 628F. It's the same. I think that's $3,000 bond. I'm not sure. I want to say it's three though.
Okay.
That's all.
Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor. On this particular case, it looks like it stemmed from October 4th and 5th, where basically the victim in this case was assaulted twice by this particular defendant, once on the 4th, and she had to actually go to the hospital as a result of the assault. And then what the victim advised law enforcement is that she came back on the 5th and the defendant headbutted her again. Um, Unfortunately, this isn't their first go round. In 25 CR 001 468F, this defendant is charged with simple battery and that stemmed from a January 24 case. That case is still open, Your Honor. And then there's a 25 CR 005 628F that Mr. Howard just articulated, which is a battery family violence that I believe is still open that stemmed from August 12th, 2024, that involves the same victim, Miss Kenyatta Hall. So both those cases involved her. In that case, the 25 CR 005 628F, she did receive a $6,000 signature bond through pretrial services, but it had a no contact with Miss Kenyatta Hall. It was signed by Judge Morrow on that date. Apparently, obviously, she doesn't understand that no contact means no contact. And so she has been back in contact with her because this incident happened after that in October of this year. And so not only is she in violation of her pending bond order, she has multiple cases with the same victim, Ms. Kenyatta Hall, and as such, we're asking for a surety bond in the amount of $3,000 that she would have to post. No further contact with the victim, Ms. Kenyatta Hall. That is, Your Honor, as you usually say, by email, by snail mail, by text messages, SOS messages in the sky. No contact means no contact. And to stay away from 1023 Dover Circle in Northeast Atlanta, Georgia. And that is in no drugs, alcohol, and weapons while out on bond. That's all, Judge. Thank you.
So I'm not, yeah, I see that she's got a $3,000 signature bond to pretrial. Okay, yes, Ms. Brownstein?
Thank you, Your Honor. I spoke with Ms. Nelson. She is 50 years old. She has lived in Atlanta for the past 8 years. Prior to that, lived in Florida. She is currently does not have stable housing. However, she does have a job with warehouse work. She cannot afford a bond, but she said that with the job she would be able to live elsewhere and have no contact with the complaining witness in this case. When we discussed the case, her version of events was extremely different than what was in the warrant. She said that did not happen. There was no headbutting. However, I understand that's what's written in the warrant, and we would like the court to take that into consideration.
Okay. Kenyatta Hall, if you'd like to address the court, this is your time to unmute and start your video. On the simple battery family violence, that's going to be a $1,000 surety bond. No further contact with Kenyatta Hall. Ms. Nelson, if you didn't understand that before, please understand it now. And Mr. Rhodes is absolutely correct. No contact with Kenyatta Hall means, number one, you need to physically stay 200 yards away from Ms. Hall. You cannot be in the same room, the same house. You're not to contact her in person, mail, email, phone, computers, social media. And you are definitely not to share the same address with her. You are also required to stay away from wherever she's physically located, whether it's her place of work, her home, on the street, in a bus station, I don't care where she is. You have to be 2 football fields away from her. Do you have any questions about that distance?
She currently has my phone, Your Honor.
She what?
She currently has my phone
Well, live without a phone.
and my belongings.
And I'll tell you why. Because you've already violated the bond order in your previous case, where you were required to have no contact with her. This new case shows that you violated that bond order. So that $3,000 signature bond that you received in the previous case, that has been revoked and surrendered. Now the bond in that case is a $3,000 surety. So for you to, in order to secure your release, your bond is going to be a total of $4,000. And your next court date for both cases is going to be January 8th, 2026. Do not speak with Miss Hall, because every time you do, it's going to be very expensive for you. I can't hear you what you're saying.
Understood.
Okay. Mr. Jordan will be further noticing both cases, which is the new case and 25 CR 001468F to January 8th. Thank you. I
Bye,
think,
Your Honor. Bye.
bye, Deputy Moulton. Take care. Okay. I think we've got a reset for position 1, Barner. If I see the chat
Correct.
message.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's a
correct.
medical reset. So this will be medical reset to December 27th at 2 p.m.
And 9 is a waiver.
That's
Okay.
correct.
All right. So position 1's a medical reset to tomorrow. Position 2 is a 5,500 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Position 3 is a 1,500 surety bond.
15?
No, hang
16.
on.
I wrote 16. I could be wrong though.
It is 16 because the
Okay.
second count was 100. So that's a 1,600 surety reset January 8th. Position 4, same defendant. That's a was that a 3,500?
Was it
No,
1900?
2,900 surety bond reset to January 8th. Then position 5, Cheese, is a 2,500 surety bond reset January 8th. 6, Cooper, is a consent bond for 3,500 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Position 7, Devereaux, is a $35 cash bond reset January 8th. Position 8, Edwards, is a consent bond 3,500 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Position 9, Rashad Fagan, accused of harassing communications under 25 CR 8349E. This is a waiver of presence. Ms. Bronstein represents him.
No,
Any
that's my
prior?
case, Your Honor.
Oh, Ms. Thomas, excuse me. And any, go ahead.
Yeah, it's a lot. 16. You got 2 probation holds, one out of Cobb County for probation, one out of Clayton County for terrorist threats, on probation for entering auto 19 SC 169523, on probation participation in criminal street gang 20 SC 176865, on probation out of Cobb for fleeing an officer 2 counts. Yeah.
Ms. Evans Battle, what's your recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor. Our recommendation is for a $3,000 surety bond in this case. No further contact with Keisha McNeese, nor Michaela McNeese. I believe Kayla lives in Clayton County, so some of the charges which pretrial mentioned may involve her as a victim in that case. This is her mother. This happened back in September, and I believe the mother indicated that they have not had any.
This happened in February, allegedly, February 1st, 2025?
Yes, between February and September. So we just want to make sure that any stay away orders include both the mother and Michaela
McNeese.
Yeah, McNeese. Yes, the
Ms.
McNeese
Thomas?
family.
Thank you, Your Honor. I spoke with Mr. Fagan. I actually spoke with him. He was the first person I spoke with, in which he indicated he wanted to waive his presence. He's very understanding that he will be sitting for some time, at least while his pending matters are going. He does have that felony case, 2 county holds, 2 probation violations. So he's asking for a bond to be set. Just a little bit about him. From what he provided, he's 25 years of age, a Georgia resident. Family ties here, a 5-year-old son. He did graduate from high school. He previously worked in construction for 2 years. And that was all that he was able to provide. He has no objection to the no further contact and stay away from Michaela McNeese. And that's all we were able to cover, Your Honor.
All right, $2,000 surety bond. Stay away from Michaela McNeese and Keisha McNeese, Kecia. No illegal drugs, alcohol, and weapons. Next court date is January 8th. Position 10, Gaskin is a 3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. Levin Gill is by consent, a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Position 12, Green is a 6,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. 13, Haley is a $6,000 surety bond, reset January 8th. 14, Hurd is a consent bond of 3,500 signature bond through pretrial level 1. 15, Huff is a $1 cash bond, reset date January 8th. 16, Hughes is a 5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. 17, Ingram is,
I got 5,000.
1, 2, 3, yeah. But this was a 5,000, was it a signature bond?
I got a good bond.
Oh, this
Straight.
was Miss Gray. Yeah, sorry about that. It's a 5,000 surety bond, with no contact with Miss Gray. And this is going to be further notice to January 8th. Thank you. Position 18, Jefferson's a $20,000 split bond. Position 19, McLaurin is a 2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. 20, Morris is a $5 cash bond. 21, Mulder is a behavior reset to December 27. 22, Pablo Perez is a 3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. 23 is a consent 1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. 24, Sales is a 5,000 surety reset to January 8th. 25, Sims is a 500 cash bond, further notice to January 8th. 26, Stevens is a consent bond of 3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. 27, Weaver is an $8,000 split bond, further notice to January 8th. 28, Welch is a 4,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2.
I got 5,000. That's 4.
4, and I keep forgetting count 2 is a 1,000. So it's a total is 5,000. 5,000 signature bond. Position 29, Williams is a 7,000 surety bond, further notice to January 8th. Position 30 is a $3,000 signature bond to pretrial level 1. On the add-on calendar, position 1, Henderson's a 2,500 surety, reset to January 8th. Position 2, Nelson's a $1,000 surety, reset to January 8th, along with the other case. Position 3, Simmons is a 2,500 surety, reset to January 8th. Position 4, Stevens is a $1,500 surety, reset to January 8th at 11 a.m. And position 5, Zachary is a $15,000 split bond, reset to January 8th. Any corrections? Yeah.
You said level 1 or level 2 for Welch 28?
Position 20.
I got 2.
Position, I'm sorry, 27, was it?
28, Welch.
28, it was level 2. Signature bond to pretrial level 2. Any other questions or corrections? We good? Okay, folks, enjoy the rest of your Friday. I'm sorry I couldn't get you all done before 5, but that add-on was a killer. Okay. All right.
Have a good one.
I will see everyone tomorrow at 2 p.m. and maybe have half the calendar. Promise, Mr. Jordan?
We got 7 so far, so.
That's good.
All right. Everyone, have a great Friday.
Good night.
Okay, bye-bye.
Good, Jeff.